Cyberpunk and dick sizes. That's all I'm saying.
Lord,
All right.
Bro, you got penis too in the game.
You're looking at the wrong people.
That's all I'm saying. People are like, "Oh, can I make my penis really big?" I'm like, "Why is that important? Like, what is the big deal in this game? Do you want to
playing Code Vein?
Huh?
You weren't asking those questions when you were playing Code Vein.
Hey man, listen, you got me.
Forgot about that game, man.
That's a problem. People forgot about the game because I thought it was
the most customization.
It's okay.
Honestly, I'm probably not really going to customize my character in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, because you can't
most of the
see
game
him.
is in first person anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if that was in third person, I'd be all over the game. But first person, just nah, I'm good.
I wonder why, for a company who seemed to succeed in making a game that was in third person, did they decide to go in first person for this go around, and not even have the option of going into third.
Third person was more planned in development, but it got cut. Another reason is just that a lot of this is like literally your choice, so they want you to be a self-insert. Not like Geralt, who's an established character and all that.
Either way, if it's your choice, why isn't there a choice for third person?
Options for the player are always welcome.
Like I said, it was planned more
Options
at
for the
first,
player
but they
are-
had to be cut.
I wonder if it'll be brought in later.
All right, my chicken.
There'll be a mod for it probably.
Actually, yeah, it's probably a mod for it they're going to add.
Yeah, probably on
no,
PC.
the
PC
modders
Master Race, you already know.
The modders are already working on it.
That's good.
Still
got it,
waiting
really.
for my first-person DMC5, which that's just.
They might add a multiplayer build into DMC5. Modders can do anything.
Yeah, man. That's what makes it so good.
All right, guys, we are live out here. Ah, man. HPMP, the JRPG podcast, episode 54. What's going on, chat? How's everybody doing? We got Black Ace, Jamie Hunt, Sebastian Peru, Ace Breaker, Mazio the Third. All people in this chat. Salazar Naruto, Shattered Glass. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Mazio the Third? Isn't that just Mazio dying?
That's what it. Yeah, you got a point there. Isn't there a higher tier of Thunder spells first?
Thunder Rain, is that what it's called?
Thunder Rain and Narukami.
That sounds.
I don't think I've seen Narukami.
It's actually named
Persona 4.
Ah, man. All right. So let's just jump into it. Let's start out with the intros. Go ahead, Sosuke.
What up, everybody? It is your boy Sasuke the Bro. Glad to be back on the podcast as always. In case you didn't know, Shadow Leak here. He's a heretical. He already lost his JRPG God title when he said Final Fantasy IX ain't all that great, and then man proceeded to say that the Yakuza games aren't great. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
Are you going to talk about Yakuza today?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm very curious to hear your thoughts.
In case y'all ain't know, this isn't his podcast anymore. Gab hijacked it. This is all her fault. Just saying.
Oh, man.
This is now called the Gab Mew podcast.
Yeah, man. It's all belong to her.
I'm just out here speaking the truth. Y'all can't handle it. That's all I'm saying.
Ain't no truth from you, Chief. Weren't you the one sleeping on Cold Steel? Hard Body, and then you decided to go, nah, man, these games are great. Sounds familiar, don't it? But yeah, it's great to be back.
I don't remember anything you saying. What are you talking about, buddy? I don't even know why you still here, Sosuke. Like, honestly.
Can't handle the truth.
Sosuke's a ninja. Just sneaks his way into places.
All right.
The time.
All right, go ahead, Blake.
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Westtown HD. Your boy's back. I was on the last podcast because I was just away. But your boy is back after a long... I don't know how long it's been since the last podcast. But, you know, we are here to talk about these topics, bro. Age of Calamity came out. That game is dick on the ground. But I'll be talking about that later on. I'm excited to get into these topics. Let's get it.
All right. Gab?
I don't even know how to feel. Blake just has so much energy. Holy crap. He's just, I don't even know what's going on with him. But yeah, we're back for another episode. Excited to talk about stuff. We got a lot of good topics today, guys. So stay tuned.
All right. Riku?
Riku-san, the only one here. How's everybody doing? Glad to be back on another episode of the HPMP podcast to talk about some JRPGs. Next gen and these game of the year awards.
All right.
Get into those.
All right, Bob.
Hey guys, Bowser Carriger here. Happy to be back as usual. I am giddy with excitement for Cyberpunk in a few days, and I hope you guys are too.
All right. Of course, you guys know me, Shadow. I'm gonna change up the name of the channel soon. I said that last podcast hasn't happened yet, but it's definitely in the works. Gonna be seeing some new graphics, some new artwork, new everything. But it's coming soon. All
I have a
right.
question.
Go ahead, Gab.
I actually raised my hand. What the fuck?
Yeah, this
Okay,
isn't a Zoom call.
I'll be right back.
Yes, Shadow Elite HD teacher, sir. Will
no.
you be still called the JRPG god?
Probably not.
Yes, my title.
Interesting.
Fine.
Okay.
Probably not. No, you know, I'm a grown ass man. I'm a adult. I don't have time to be holding on that title. That's a Sosuke job. You know, he got no life, so you know.
That's
he
a
can
really
You want to
he
say
got time.
You want to say I got no life?
As-
Man, run me the faded fighting games.
As a
Take your pick.
matter of fact, Sosuke, I got a bone to pick with you. See,
Alright.
the other day we were playing Among Us, and you know he was getting a little butthurt because I was just out here speaking the truth and whatnot. You know about how Yakuza is just mid, and you know he was getting a little bit hurt. But then you brought up Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne to me. You brought up my playthrough of Nocturne.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have a problem with that playthrough, but we ain't gonna act like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is a walk in the park.
It's
On
not,
hard.
It's not
Blind.
It's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. But you know who else did it on hard?
Who was it on? Who?
Came through like that. This game wasn't even that bad. Your boy right here.
Oh! The dude that played it with his brother? Is that what you did? You and your brother were like switching
He
off?
looked me,
Oh no.
Huh? What
That
happened?
man looked me in the face. That man looked me in the face and said, "Here, play this." I'm like, "But I don't want to play it, bitch." And I said, "Fine, I'm gonna do it."
You said you both were playing it off and on. He was grinding and you were going through like the story or some
on
shit.
his playthrough.
Ah, nah.
His
Stop this, bro.
He dropped his PS3 off at my place and said, "Play this game," and then walked away from me.
Stop this, bro.
Man looked me dead in my face and said that.
And you gotta act like Nocturne don't have random BS. Like absolute random BS. Complete
Oh, it absolutely does.
cheap bosses. And
Uh-huh.
if you go in there not being prepared, you can get one-shotted on the first turn if you don't know what's going on.
Yep.
You
So
got saved on the cheapest boss by your chat, actually. I was looking forward to that.
which one?
Oni, whatever, black Oni thing, but that uses the shadows.
Oni Kagura.
You have to like be on the full Kagasuchi or whatever to like see a shadow.
You see, that's one of the things. Like, how are you supposed to know that? Did they give you a hint about
you
that?
don't.
So how?
Supposed to
So,
suffer. And your chat spoiled it. And I was looking forward to it.
And guess who figured that shit out on his own? No chat, no guide. Me.
I find that hard to believe, so I find that really hard to
But
believe.
that's what
You ain't got no proof. You got zero proof. All we got is your word. We got actually me playing the game. I don't know, Sosuke.
Everybody saved you.
Nobody. What are you talking about? Everybody saved me.
Your chat, so they just don't exist anymore. That's what it is.
You think I was actually looking at the chat when it came to bosses?
Oh, no.
But how we know you wasn't looking at the chat?
Oh my god.
You could say you.
I've been always preaching about stuff like always fighting bosses honestly. I would never look at a chat to help with a boss fight. Why would I lose so many times in a boss fight if I could just look at the damn chat and just figure out what's going on? Like, come on. All right, but yeah, that's all I wanted to get off my chest. All right, and some of those reactions, some of them were kind of because I'm streaming. And so I want to entertain my stream while I'm playing the game. All right, so now we got that out the way. I'm always right. Let's go on to what we're all currently playing at the moment. Who wants to start us off?
Because I'm the cringiest right now.
All right,
We
Gabby.
love Fortnite. We love Fortnite.
Yeah, I saw you playing Fortnite, and I was like, "Is Gab playing Fortnite? Sick."
Hell yeah, baby. I play Fortnite. The little kids call me a goddess. It's great.
The little kid say,
Lord have mercy.
No, okay. It's been fun. I've just been messing around playing Fortnite. Most of the time, you get really nice, like, young kids that are just, like, happy to play with you. And we had some wholesome moments. Like, this guy, he was like, oh, that's my friend. He's probably playing Fortnite with his dad. And, like, I didn't have that. So I was, like, tearing up, like, oh my god, that is so cute. Like, that's so special. And it was just really sweet. And then, of course, there's other kids that just scream into their mics. And that's it.
So, are you playing as Thanos and Kratos and Master Chief? Are they in the game now or not?
Master Chief is coming. God of War is the one that's there right now. And no, but mainly because you have to pay for them. Like, I do have the Mandalorian because I did buy the battle.
The Mandalorian's in there?
He's
What
in it,
the
yeah. I'm like
fuck?
level 44, 45-ish, so I'm pretty far into the battle pass.
Fortnite prize will get a deal.
Oh my god.
But see, guys, I've been playing since like the season 1, so it's not really that surprising that I went back to it.
Yeah, I do remember you playing
I
it a
would
while
love
back.
Fortnite, but the gunplay is just crap to me.
It's
Nah.
just, to me, it's the plethora of like, there's so many people and there's so many things happening at once. It's like you can't breathe sometimes, and then other times you're like 10 minutes without seeing another player.
Like, I would like Fortnite so much more if it was just tighter gunplay. Like, sniper rifles are weird. Like if it played like Halo in terms of just like reticle aiming and shooting and all that.
Battle Royale, are you gonna play that?
If it's good,
If it's free.
it should be. Multiplayer is free itself.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's a weird choice.
Yeah, you only have to buy the campaign.
The campaign, and I got it free on Game Pass.
I just feel like if I was in like middle school or high school, I'd probably be playing Fortnite like crazy. But now I just look at that game.
Yeah, it's like the
Have you
music
tried
and
it?
the TikToks and the memes. It's all there, all of it. That's what kids like about it. And then the fact that they got like Travis Scott and like musicians doing live shows in it just makes it more appealing to them.
I also can't play Fortnite alone. It's only fun with friends for me, really.
I
Same.
wish there was a gun only mode. That's all I wish, is that there was a building mode and there's a gun only mode.
Building kind of turned me off of it, honestly.
That's what I would say. Like, I'd be shooting at somebody and they'd be making like a 4-star restaurant in like 2 seconds. I'm like, what?
They'd be making a castle.
Like, I understand like how you feel about the mechanics. Like at first when I played it with my friend, I'm like, yo, this is fun. But I always get the idea that if someone says a game is best enjoyed with friends, so experiencing it by yourself, you can also evaluate like your personal feelings on it instead of just the adrenaline rush of you and your boys going, yo, we just killed all 4 of those people at once.
Well, you really can't.
Feels pretty good.
Well, you really can't play like those types of games like Among Us by yourself. Well, you technically can't play Among Us.
I don't
like,
mind
that's a
myself
force.
with chat.
That's a forced multiplayer. Like Fortnite, you can definitely play solo games with just you and random people.
All right.
You'll still die the same, friends or not.
All right. Ba, what you out here playing, man?
More or less swapping between games as I wait for Cyberpunk, but the main one I've been playing is actually Witcher 3. Partly because I just want to go back to it, but also because I just got a 4K monitor and it looks freaking sexy on it. I just keep looking in awe at it every so often.
So you just out here playing CD Projekt Red games, waiting for Cyber God to come out. Is that what you're doing, Ba? For the most
Pretty
part?
much, yeah. Pretty much.
All right. Riku, what you playing, man? Yeah, I think Riku's gone. So Sosuke, what you playing?
I have been playing an unhealthy amount of Gundam still. Such a fun game. Such a high skill ceiling. Also played through Tales of Exilia 1 and 2 and Vesperia again. All highly recommended games. Like play all 3 of those Tales games. They're truly like the upper echelon of Tales of. And I've also been walking my girlfriend through Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. This is her first time playing it, and she loved World, so she was like, I want to try Generations. And we've kind of just been going through it. Got her to Hunter Rank 3. She fell in love with the Astalos and was kind of mad. She was kind of mad that it didn't get in the World. And I'm kind of glad that she's loving that monster. She actually is just like, next time we play, we're grinding that armor and all of its weapons. She wanted everything from it. And I'm happy to see that. But that's about it for me.
All right. Blake?
So between like this podcast and the last podcast, I don't know if I talked about the fact that I finished Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. But I did that. And then right now I'm just playing a whole lot of Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, and I'm loving everything about this game. I got it on my PS5, and it is such a good game. They basically, the only like big meaningful differences they added essentially from Devil May Cry 5 Vanilla, I think, was they added Virgil, and then on the next gen consoles they added ray tracing. I'm not playing with ray tracing. I'm just playing with 1080p 60 because I like my action games to run smoothly, and ray tracing locks it to 30 frames. So I'm not really taking advantage of the more powerful side of graphics, but I'm also playing on my monitor, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to basically play that in 4K. So I'm doing that. This is my first Devil May Cry game that I've ever actually finished. I dabbled a little bit in 1 and 3. I skipped 2 because everyone said don't play Devil May Cry 2. And yeah, no, 5 is really good. It's actually in my top 5 games of this year. Right now I'm going through the missions as Virgil, and it is just so easy to run through this game as Virgil. He kills everything, and his battle theme, Bury the Light, is something I've been listening to since the trailer for this game back in like September. It's been a fantastic experience. So that's what I'm playing currently.
You know, sometimes I be thinking to myself that Devil May Cry 2 gets a lot of hate, and I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
It was boring.
Yeah, exactly. It was boring. It was definitely boring as hell. Dante was like really just like desanitized. But I don't remember the gameplay being that bad. But then again, if it's not fun, it can't really be Devil May Cry then, you know?
Yeah, because like comparing Devil May Cry 1 to 2, 1 had a very nice flow to its combat, but it was still a Resident Evil game in disguise. 2 just kind of said, here the guns are overpowered and the swords don't really do much. There's no difference between them. There isn't even damage differences. No different combos. They're all the same weapon with a different model.
Yeah, I just don't remember playing, because I played it and I finished it way back when it first came out on PS2, and I never played it again since. But I don't remember when I was playing it then that it was terrible, like a lot of people say now. But nah, no, it might just be that bad. I can't remember it that much.
I'd say give it a quick run through of like the first couple of stages and see if you like still have the same feelings.
Yeah, but I had to get it on. How much is the collection? Like what? $30, $40 probably.
I think it should be $20 now on Steam at least.
Yeah, that's probably how much it should be. All right. I don't think Riku has gotten back just yet.
He said he wants to take out the trash.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
There he is.
All
All
right.
right. So yeah,
So what's going
Riku.
on?
Yeah, well, currently playing. What are you playing?
I am currently playing Demon Souls and Persona 5R.
Oh, really? You playing that Persona 5R, huh?
Yeah, I just started it 2 days ago. So I'm into Kamoshida stuff. Looks like it's mostly the same so far. You know, I saw the new girl pop up here and there. But in regards to the Kamoshida arc, I'm not seeing that many changes.
Honestly, you can probably skip every scene that doesn't have Kasumi in it, if I'm being honest.
You know what? I can't even blame him for saying that.
Don't do that.
It slowly started to turn into that. Some of the scenes where I'm like, I know, you know, everything that's said in the scene.
Yep.
It's
Like,
gonna
it's-
be mostly gameplay changes, Riku. Like all the dungeons are different, and
Yeah, I'm
there's
seeing
a
the
lot more
dungeons.
mechanics.
Yeah, I'm seeing the dungeons are different and whatnot, but yeah, in
Like all the
regards to
cutscenes and dungeons would be the same.
yeah, a few of them I'm still rewatching like the anime cutscenes and
Besides
I'm
the
not- how
occasional change in line, yeah, it's more or less the same for the most part, up to a certain point.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about the new encounter music in comparison to Last
Nope.
Surprise.
Oh, I like it more than Last Surprise, honestly.
I
I need to hear it more. I
Like,
need to
just
hear it
say
more.
you blame Bao for Last Surprise.
Oh, Bao
What?
ruined me.
What, huh?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Bob. Didn't you
Um,
make like a video of what Last Surprise
the
sounds
lyrics?
like or something like that?
Yep,
And
there's
that's all
her
I can hear.
lyrics.
That's all I can hear when I hear that song. No, I
Oh,
cannot
man.
hear, for the life of me, I cannot hear the original version of that song.
Oh damn. Yeah, well, right now I still prefer Last Surprise. Obviously, I'm gonna be hearing this song for the rest of this game, so we'll see if my opinion changes. But,
Do you
yeah,
have the
just those
DLC?
Huh?
Do you have the DLC?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
some
about
outfits?
I bought the deluxe edition when it was on sale.
Did you also
Yeah.
get the Legacy pack, the free DLC?
Do I have to go out of my way to download that one?
Yeah,
It's free, but
Pretty much
it's like-
all the DLC from the original Persona 5 is free. Then there's the new DLC, which you usually have to pay for.
But
I'll-
you got
I'll check the
Deluxe.
PlayStation Store to see if I did add it to my stuff.
I hot
Lots of
swapped things like that.
costumes and some change to battle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. Remember when I went to the little cardboard box in your room, I did see some of that stuff when it said it was adding it to my game, but I'll double check. But Demon's Souls is a great game. They added a few quality of life features that I like. I think they should have went a little bit further when it came to the quality of life features. Like, I was never someone who was a fan of using R1 to attack. So kind of wish this game had a control config. I kind of feel that every game that's not like that is heavy into gameplay should have control config. So anytime a game doesn't, it kind of irks me. I feel the Souls games are games that should have that. Yeah, just going for the plat for that. I got to do one more playthrough.
Okay.
Game's pretty short, actually, surprisingly.
quick question, Ricky. As a Souls fan myself from like Dark Souls 1 and up, would you say is there anything like strange about the game that like I'd have to get used to in terms of like Dark Souls 1 through 3 and Bloodborne?
You mean as a Souls genre type game?
Yeah, like is there anything like different between Demon Souls and like Dark Souls 1 and 2 and 3?
Not necessarily, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel if you've played Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, or even Bloodborne to some degree, Demon Souls you should be fine with Demon Souls. But I do have a friend who he played all of the Souls games except for Demon Souls. So when he did go back to Demon Souls, those few things that Dark Souls did add, they weren't there. So he did feel a little bit of the jank that Blue Point did leave into the game that they probably should have taken out.
Okay.
But other than that, like, I think that person who said that, though, he needs to play the game a tad bit more, and he probably will be fine. So that was just his first impressions on it. So you might get those first impression janks and feel that way, but I think if you played it, just got used to what Demon Souls is, you'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
That's about it.
Yeah, for Persona 5 Royal, you can literally just like skip most of the cutscenes. I think that's what I did for the most part. If I was getting bored of the same old cutscenes and I remember exactly what happened, I just I fast forward through them.
Yeah, there's a handful of them I'm rereading or re-watching just so I refresh my memory on that character, their motivations, their introductions, and all of that stuff. But then there are scenes where I do I can skip over this one. But I am surprised by the amount of the ones that I'm actually not skipping over and actually reading and rewatching it. But I don't think it's gonna take me as long as Blake thinks it's gonna take me. I think by the time I have this platinum, it will definitely be a lot less playtime than I did Persona 5 Vanilla, which was like 196 or something.
God damn, how'd you get that? Oh, okay, because you went for the platinum in the playthrough or something like that, or
In Persona 5 Vanilla?
yeah.
Yeah, but I also do remember messing around a lot, because that was up to that point, that was only my second Persona playing.
Oh, okay.
Persona game I played, so I wasn't really doing a lot of the things you probably should be doing.
Okay.
But I think I know my way around it this time around, especially since I heard you can platinum this game in one playthrough.
I did,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Could.
If
I
you
heard
want.
couldn't. As far as I remember, you could not do that with Persona 5 Vanilla.
Don't
I
miss
think
the third semester.
Yeah, I'll be looking out for that.
I think I did. I don't remember replaying Vanilla Persona 5, but I just remember just reloading the game to a whole bunch of points in the game, and I was able to get the platinum one, Vanilla one, not actually by starting a new game. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did start a new game.
That's quite impressive, Shadow, because there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, I make sure to have a lot of save slots and like put them at good places.
Honestly, I looked back on it one day because I thought about doing that too. I was like, I love Persona 5. Let me just see how hard it is to do the vanilla one. Took one look at it. I was like, yeah, nope, fuck that.
Yeah, I
Alright.
destroyed the vanilla one.
Alrighty. So currently I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. And I got some things to say about it. I do think the game is slightly overrated. It's good, but it's not, oh my god, RPG of the year, 10 masterpiece. No, it ain't nowhere near that. If you played a handful of RPGs, you could see that this game ain't nowhere near that. What the fuck is that in the oh my god.
Don't worry about it.
But
Except
yeah, honestly, I can't see the appeal and the charm of Yakuza games. I can't see it. You guys think all this ridiculousness and over the topness is good? I honestly don't care about it. I borderline find it cringe, which is weird. Honestly, like I think I ran into some guy that dressed up as a baby, and I'm like, what? What is this?
it's the absurdity.
Yakuza.
Is this supposed to be funny?
It's the absurdity that gives it its charm.
I don't know, man.
Because when you hear Yakuza, you think like super serious, like dark. Oh my god, this is gonna be an unbelievably messed up story. But it subverts your expectations and makes you go, wow, this is really fucking weird. I like that.
May I just say, from an outsider perspective, as someone who's never played the games but watched gameplay of it, I'm actually siding more with Shadow because I just don't see the appeal of the games as a general. Like, I would have just liked it to be, like, an actual Yakuza-based game, like, about mafia and stuff in Japan. I think that would have been... Well, I mean, I guess it is, but just exaggerated.
But like, what, like, Sosuke, like, what is the first thing you think of when it comes to Yakuza? Like, something like a new Yakuza game comes out. What's the first thing you think of? The gameplay or how like ridiculous it can get?
I usually think of the gameplay, and ridiculousness is a byproduct because that's all optional content. The actual main story.
No.
Like,
Well, okay,
past
go ahead.
Yakuza games, the actual main story of past Yakuza games are usually just very serious and very grounded in reality. But the side stuff is where all the weird and funny stuff happens, because I do remember playing a Yakuza game, like Yakuza 4, and I didn't get all the weird stuff, so I was like, this game just felt depressing. And then I played Yakuza 0, and I actually did the side stuff along with the main story, and it offset the dark and fucked up undertones that the main story offered, and it gave me like times to breathe and think, aside from these people are going to die. I'm actually here to kill somebody.
All right. Because every time I see Yakuza pop up, I always see the ridiculous, over the top stuff all the time, and I'm like, is this the reason why you guys love this series for this stuff? Because I also love a game series that's ridiculous and over the top. That's probably dead by now. But I love Saints Row 3 and 4. Those games are hella ridiculous and over the top.
That's where the series died for me personally.
It's interesting, cause like for me, because like for Saints Row, they will always knock off GTA clones for the most part, and they can never be as good as those. So the fact that they went so far left with the sequels, and they're so much fun and ridiculous, I love those games for that, and they're probably amongst my favorite games of all time, honestly. But for Yakuza, none of this stuff is funny to me at all. And then I believe, even on this very podcast, because people were trying to get me into the games, and they were saying all the side stuff you don't need to do at all. And I'm like, okay, fine. Now, I don't know if maybe Like a Dragon is the outlier, it's the exception to the rule, but I had to gather a crap ton of money to proceed with the main story.
That has to be a Like a Dragon thing, because every Yakuza game I've played has never made you do that.
Well, you said it was 30 million yen. In Yakuza, that's not a lot.
No. See, here's the thing about that. That's not a yacht, because I played Zero for a little bit, and I know your skill projection progression is tied to your how much money you have. So you were probably gaining easy money there so you can upgrade your skills. Here, that's not the case. This is the RPG. Your level determines your skills. So you're not gaining a lot of money. So you have to damn near do those side mini games to get that much money. And it wasn't. It was 30 million. It was 3 million. But I only had like 250,000 yen, and I'm only earning 3,000 to 5,000 yen per battle. So it's like, okay, I gotta do this business management mini game if I want to progress. And I didn't want to do that because at first I tried to get into that business management mini game, and I was like, all right, let me give it a chance. I don't want people to say I didn't give this a chance. Let me give it a chance. And I was like, okay, cool. It's still a little bit complicated. I'm sure I probably put up a YouTube video, and it's like, oh, how to make money in this probably easily or some shit. But I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go to this Memento-style dungeon and just try to grind it out. And I did. I ground out for a long, long time. And I got the money necessary. But people told me again that the mini games you don't have to do. So I kind of felt like I was deceived. I was hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived on that one. So that kind of got me. That kind of got me feeling that type of way.
Understandable. Like, it is a new game in the series that is like, this is the first simultaneous worldwide release of a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
So like, it isn't there isn't like a already preconceived notion. Everybody was already thrown off by the fact that it was turn-based when that was initially just an April Fool's joke. This was gonna play like a regular, like the action RPG that the Yakuza games traditionally are, but then everybody actually liked the turn-based style, and so they said, okay, let's keep it like that. And the main character is even vastly different from how Kiryu is as a person. From what I've seen of Ichiban, he's not like Kiryu. He doesn't like deal with the same issues and problems, so the way things go for him are very different.
Okay. Yeah, Ichiban is pretty cool. I like all the characters, honestly. They're pretty cool, and the story is pretty good as well. However, there's a problem when it comes to the gameplay, and there's difficulty spikes. And I'm all for difficulty spikes if they they're kind of fair in a way, or if the game kind of warns you, like it sets a tone. Like we were talking about Nocturne. Nocturne kind of sets a tone from the jump. Like, once you fight Nanador, this is going to be how it is for the rest of the game. So you better learn how to play this game, and you better get some skills, get some debuffs, and all that good stuff. Or else it's just going to be hell from here on out. This game starts out piss easy. And I have gone on Steam message boards, and I've seen topics saying, oh my god, this game is so easy. Can we ramp up the difficulty? It's so easy. But then you get to a boss in Chapter 12, and I can't say who the boss is because it's a huge spoiler. But this particular boss, and I get why he's so strong. I can understand that. But to ask me to go from low level 30s all the way up to level 50 makes no sense. And he hits like a tank. He clones himself. I may give it away with that one, but
I already know who it is.
and then his partner comes up and literally can one shot everybody in one hit.
That's some Generation 1 Pokemon bullshit right there. Oh, you're level 40? That's a damn shame the Elite Four's all 50s.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how am I supposed? Did you warn me? You did not warn me for this for nothing at all. Like I can't even see it. And then I leveled up to level 40. I think 45-ish I leveled up to, and he was still a bit of a problem because the other guy that jumps into battle is just, he still one-shots everybody. But I gotta admit, at level 45 it was kind of a fun battle. That was fair. See, I always like a fair fight. That was good. But then I'm running into these other bosses that are just the same, and I'm like, this is not balanced at all. I don't know what you guys like was the because I think Bao, you told me before that I'm not playing the Yakuza games correctly, that I should have been doing the side stuff and whatnot, maybe. But again, I said earlier that I was told that I didn't have to do any of that stuff. And another thing is the graphics. While they're not bad, it constantly reminds me that it is indeed a game, which is weird because they have two types of cutscenes. They have the in-game graphics cutscenes, and then they have the cinematic cutscenes. And a lot of the in-game graphic cutscenes is just, it's so stiff. It's very stiff. It's very like routine with the poses they do, the stances they do. And this is happening during major story points. Exposition is dumped on us, and I'm like, I don't feel like just sitting here looking at these just crappy movements that you guys are doing. I don't. Stuff like that really just takes me out of it. But I'll say this: it's not a bad game. It's not. It's definitely not bad. But it's not. Oh my god, 10 out of 10 great. I'm sorry, it just isn't. And okay, I'll admit I may have jumped the gun calling the entire series overrated. But as I said, I don't see the appeal. I don't see the charm. I'm in no rush to play another Yakuza game.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Like
Alright.
more constructive and like flat out thoughts like that, and just saying, "Yo, game garbage," is a lot better. Because at first I was just like, "Damn, bro, did the game kill you and take your wife?"
Nah, if I'm going around saying the game is garbage to you guys, I'm just messing around. I honestly think that. Well, I'll say it's like where I'm at in the story, things have gotten very interesting. So yeah, it's just not for me. But yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. Hold on one second. We did get a super chat from Sebastian Periu. When are you releasing your rant? Listen, man, I like my channel. I don't want the Yakuza fan base coming at my neck. I'm good, fam. Nah, I'm gonna try to do a video like it. Probably right after I do the JRPG lineup of 2021, which has a shit ton of games. Like, oh my god, I'm not looking forward to editing that video. So I've been talking a lot. Blake, you want to go in on Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity here?
All right. Let me set down my controller. Let me put my hot chocolate away. Let me do a quick stretch. All right, so how long do you want me to go here for? I could go for for eternity, but like
just don't go Riku crazy.
Okay,
no.
We'll do nice of a Riku rant. So we'll make it like a nice 5-10 minutes. Okay, so Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I am Westtown HD. I love Musou games. I love Warriors games. I love the Hyrule Warriors games. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is my favorite Dynasty Warrior style game. I love it. So naturally, when Nintendo announced this game back in October out of nowhere, I was like, okay, cool, this is great. You get to relive the events of the champions from Breath of the Wild. Oh my gosh, that's great. We know how the game's going to end because it's a canonical prequel, or so said Nintendo. So this is going to be great. I can't wait. So quick PSA for everyone in the chat. Spoilers. I will be talking about the ending of the game. So just so you guys know, if you guys just want to duck out, if you don't want to hear spoilers for it, that's fine. But because of the nature of my rant, I have to talk about the ending of the game. So
Sure.
I got a hold of the game. I played the demo. When I first played the demo, my biggest fear was that the game wasn't going to be optimized correctly, and that fear transferred over into the main game. When me and my little brother were streaming it, there were times in 2-player mode where the frame rate would cap at 20 frames a second. Ew. It was so jittery. I mean, I understand for multiplayer, okay, cool. But single player, the frame rate would drop consistently to 25, even 15 frames at a time. And I found out that the main reason for that is because Nintendo told Koei Tecmo that they weren't allowed to make this game in a Warriors engine, that they needed to use the Breath of the Wild engine. Now, if you've played Breath of the Wild, you know that engine isn't the most stable. You set anything on fire, you're going to be dropping frames. So for them to put hordes of enemies in that engine was asking for trouble. And that's exactly what happened. So that happened, and that kind of took away some fun for the gameplay at times, because the first mission I played from the base game after the demo was the Zora's Domain mission. And because it's raining and there's lightning everywhere, you're capped at 15, 20 frames a second. And it really messes with your prompts. It's it's worse. It was almost worse than Bayonetta PS3, for anyone who remembers that. It was,
that was bad.
So funnily enough, I know Shadow was saying that people were playing this game for the story, not the gameplay. And after a while, I was like, okay, yeah, no, I can see that. Divine Beast battles were fun. Later on, other characters are super fun to play. On certain missions, not the main story missions, but side missions where they don't have as much of the map loaded. The frame rate there is a stable 30-ish, so it's bearable. I would have preferred a 60 definitive edition, but I digress. And now, where my big issue lies with this game is the marketing for it. Nintendo, through all of their tweets, all of their marketing, they said, hey, this is a canonical prequel. These are the events that happened before Breath of the Wild. This will lead up to Breath of the Wild. We're going to make the series into a trilogy: Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, and Breath of the Wild 2. I was hyped for that. I was excited to see how they would do the first game, then the middle game being Breath of the Wild, and then the second game being Breath of the Wild 2. So, however, at the start of this game, you get encountered by this little guardian that's like a little time traveler, and he essentially, the big plot twist of the story is that when all the champions go to die, he brings the champions from Breath of the Wild, like their successors, he brings them back in time to save them from dying. And that pissed me off to no end. So that's all fine and dandy. So now that they're also alive, they all confront Ganon. Zelda awakens her powers, and now everything is safe. Now, the only issue that I have with that is now we don't know where Breath of the Wild 2 is going to take place on. So, for example, the main issue we have here is Breath of the Wild. The way it ends, like you fight Ganon and whatnot, and you save Zelda, and you guys like hang out on the grass, and that's the end of Breath of the Wild for the Switch and Wii U. Age of Calamity, all the champions are still alive. Everything's back. No one dies. Zelda's father's still alive. Zelda's still alive. Everyone is still alive. Now, if you go look back at the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, it almost looks like one of the characters from that trailer, the one that looks to be Ganondorf, is actually the wizard from Age of Calamity. So, if people that are big fans of Breath of the Wild go into Breath of the Wild 2, and they have never played Age of Calamity because maybe like they're like Shadow, they don't want to play a Dynasty Warriors game, that's entirely fair. They know nothing of Age of Calamity. Now, if Breath of the Wild 2 is a sequel to Age of Calamity, and they retcon Breath of the Wild, that is going to piss off the fan base so hard. And it's just Nintendo literally just made a mess where a mess did not need to be made. That's like, I know people here don't necessarily, not a lot of people like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, but imagine if they changed the ending of Torna so that like nothing in Torna happened. It would make literally no sense. So it's just, they marketed it as a canonical prequel when it is it's like the start of the Breath of the Wild timeline, but they're taking into account Breath of the Wild never happening, essentially. It hurts my head. They basically just split the timeline, and we have no idea where Breath of the Wild 2 stands.
I feel like this game is like one big marketing material for Breath of the Wild 2.
I just see if my biggest fear is that they're just going to take Breath of the Wild 2 and pretend like Breath of the Wild never happened. Like Link was never sealed, the champions never died. This is the canonical timeline they have. They defeated Ganon, and now they're doing more research on it. It's so confusing. And overall, once I saw that on my live stream, when I saw the time trial happen, I literally went, "Fuck you, Nintendo! Fuck!" It was.
I feel like they also made it that way so you guys can all do this type of talking and do this type of like theorizing and stuff like that and discussion. So there's more hype for Breath of the Wild too. Which
honestly, it
yeah.
irks me to no end because I was expecting like a much darker game, and Nintendo just hit them with the Disney ending when they really didn't need to.
If I may interject as like a Zelda fan and someone who loves talking about the Zelda timeline, I wouldn't be mad if this was a timeline split like all the other ones and Breath of the Wild was still considered a canon game. The issue comes from the fact that you don't make a genuine prequel, like a set of past events that are already predetermined, and then you go, oh no, the last game never mattered, because in a series like this where alternate timelines do matter and still have their place, and Breath of the Wild is supposed to be the culmination of every other timeline, it feels like they're basically trying to recreate the events of like what they did with the other Zelda timelines, where it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna make a new split, when nobody wanted a new split. Everybody, like at some point as a Zelda fan, was just like, we want to see things progress in a more linear form, creating a new legend of the hero, essentially. And for Age of Calamity to go, nah, man, nah, we're going to do it all over again. We're going to recreate the same issues we had with the initial Zelda timeline. Don't worry about it. It feels like, well, shit, what was the point? And I can agree, it might be a marketing play, and if it is, it's kind of fucked up. Like, in a large way. I didn't get the game because I didn't feel like I wanted it initially, and now, hearing about the story, I'm like, I'll just borrow it from my friend when he gets it. Like, I'm not trying to deal with that.
So
it's just upsetting.
So for this game, why am I not hearing a lot of people talking about how bad the frame rate is? Are we just forgiving it because the Switch?
I think people are forgiving it because Zelda.
Oh, okay.
It's like people don't talk about how Pokemon X and Y could get down. You could like crash the game if you had 6 Moltres on a screen at once. Like no one talked about that.
Oh wow.
Good times.
If it's like a first-party Nintendo IP, people will just be like, "Oh no, it's fine." Like in hindsight, Mario 3D All Stars. I mean, like the ports of the games aren't that great. Sunshine would drop to like 25 frames at times when it really didn't need to, but because Nintendo games.
I also think a lot of Nintendo fans just don't care about frame rate like that.
Yeah, that too.
I mean,
It's
One of my
sad.
buddies, one of my buddies was playing the game, and I was like, "So does the frame rate bug?" And he said, "No, I just got used to it." And I was like, "Okay."
We got a super chat from Night Fury 1507. Thanks, man. Reminds me of the Fate franchise.
As a Fate fan, that is a complete lie.
That's what I'm about to say. Like the Fate franchise got a lot of crap going on that I can't even wrap my head around sometimes. Alternate timelines, alternate universes, different female.
7 Sabers.
Yeah, 50 different sabers. Like, oh my god, a guy dressing up as a girl, but it's really, you know,
Let's
it's
not
just,
talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Fate is insane, and I love it still. I give my life to Fate Grand Order.
In short, when it comes to Age of Calamity, just like slowly come full circle with that. If you are going in for the story, I would say watch the cutscenes on YouTube. The cutscenes for this game made me incredibly excited for Breath of the Wild 2. Mainly because the cutscenes look so good in the Breath of the Wild engine, and in Breath of the Wild itself, we only had a handful of those because the game's not super story based. But all the cutscenes and voice acting for the different champions is on point. All the characters are super well fleshed out and developed, and that like everything up until the ending of Age of Calamity, the story was fine. Everything was great, but once they got to the pinnacle, they fell right flat on their face.
Okay. It's kind of disappointing because I've never seen a Zelda game like this panned before.
No, this game, I was anticipating this game to be my game of the year. It is not even anywhere on my list.
Wow.
It's a passing thought.
Damn.
I'm offended both as a Zelda fan and a Warriors fan.
Damn. Yikes. All right. Okay, so I think we're good. I don't think anybody else has anything to say about Hyrule. Nobody's really playing it that much. But good to know we got the what's up from Blake. So let's go on to let's talk about Neo, The World Ends With You. A game I sure as hell wasn't anticipating.
Day one.
That is a heavy day one. Absolutely. So I think Bao and Gab, you guys know about this one?
Yep. Big fan of the series. So they made like a teaser site for this beforehand, and then they revealed a phone for it later. So my expectations were completely lowered at that point because I thought, oh god, it's going to be another phone game. But nope, we are getting a full blown. I don't know if it's a sequel or just a new like timeline or whatever, but we're getting a new The World Ends With You game, and I'm freaking excited. And it looks amazing too. Like the series looks like it took the shift to 3D pretty well.
Yeah, honestly, I do like the shell shaded look, and it kept the same art style, which thank God. So like we don't, like you said, we don't know if this is a sequel or something like that because we see Sho, he's here as well,
Right.
but like he looks the same,
And he's playable.
He doesn't have those wings anymore.
All right. The Reaper.
It'd be interesting if this was somehow like a prequel, at least for him, and show how he became a Reaper.
That's what I was thinking, maybe, or maybe I was thinking of maybe an alternate timeline or something like that. That's what this could be. But as far as the gameplay goes, it does look like it did transition well. We did get a super chat from Ace Breaker. Oh hey, it's the oh my god. Oh hey, it's the Persona 5 clone. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of that on Twitter that day.
That was
Not
just,
too much, but yeah.
Wait,
No.
people were saying The World Ends With You looks like Persona?
It ripped off
Yeah,
Persona
it's-
5.
It's like it's saying it's Persona 5 inspired it.
But how? Huh?
Shibuya, cell
the
shaded.
gameplay and characters look
Bro.
nothing alike.
Some
Oh,
Persona
no.
fans are
There's
just.
no demons.
Yo, don't you know? Persona invented Japan.
Yeah, that's crazy because I actually heard someone say that.
We have a super chat from Asbel Lant. It says a sequel to the anime specifically, which does mean that the anime will go beyond Final Remix, or will the anime go off the rails? Well, that's another thing I'm excited for the anime, because it looks amazing despite being 3D, which I never thought I would say, but
Yeah, the anime does look good. Like they ripped the style right off the canvas, and it looks really good. But for this game, I do have high expectations for it. If anything, I'm expecting the music to be unbelievable. Because the first words end with you music is just a classic. Oh damn, it's a classic at this point. You hate to say it.
yeah, I'm probably most excited for the music, if anything, in this, honestly. Like, that soundtrack is top 5 for me of all time.
Yeah,
Well
sa-
done.
probably same for me too. Interesting in the chat, Kogan said, "Toxic Persona fans make me ashamed to rep Persona 5 at times." Yo, the Persona 5 fan base is wild. I didn't know that. They are wild out there.
It's mainly like newcomers to like JRPGs in general and stuff that just think Persona 5 is the blueprint for everything.
Which is crazy because I can't take that away from Persona 5 because it really did set the bar pretty high. So, oh man, just a Shin Megami Tensei fan base in general is just insane. I don't ever want to fight them.
I'll take on Falcom. They can
Yeah.
at least be nice to me.
Riku's in charge of that. Gab, what do you think? Near the World Ends with You.
Never played the original actually, so that the new one I am looking forward to because obviously it's different. It's third person now, but other than that, I was always just interested in the characters' art styles because just the way they do the characters, it's like almost like Final Fantasy style, kind of, because just the way they do.
It's Tetsuya Nomura, so yeah.
Yeah, Tetsuya Nomura. So, yeah, I always liked his art and the way he did characters. So I'm excited to try that.
He's a very good artist.
I feel like you would love the game, Gab.
I probably will. Hope so.
Although I suggest trying the DS version.
Yeah, don't try the Switch version because there's some control issues
Switch
there.
version not good.
They
Yeah,
control weird.
They mess up the controls.
like
I'm
bad.
surprised they didn't like try to fix that.
And it's a shame because the original game is like super fun to actually play. It's one of my favorite battle systems.
Actually, I could never control the top screen. I don't know how anybody did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
It's
could
the
never.
It's
do
not
that.
that they added the option to make the AI control, but I thought it was really fun. Hectic as hell, though.
Yeah, I enabled that to let the AI control it. I could never do the top and bottom at the same time. I was like, what the fuck? How did anybody do this shit?
Made boss battles especially stressful in a good way.
Kinda slow.
Hey man,
So
listen.
how soon before these characters appear in Kingdom Hearts?
They already have.
No, I mean like the new characters.
Oh, the new ones? I wouldn't
Page
surprise me if it's
4.
the next entry. Really wouldn't surprise me.
Did we all see the Kingdom Hearts secret ending?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I
that-
saw the
it,
ending of Melody of Memories.
It was the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 3. It was set in, well, spoilers I guess. It was set in Shibuya. So that might be a huge indication that they landed in the World Ends With You world. So we'll see what happens with Kingdom Hearts 4 when that comes out in 10 years. All right. Any more Neo War Ends With You talk? I'm just excited for the music, honestly.
I think I need to see more before I give more thoughts on it. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far.
I just thank God this.
That was a. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, Rico.
No, I'm gonna say that was one franchise that I saw myself getting into, like my next DS. When I look at my DS backlog, that was the next game that I was going to play was The World's End With You. But just in regards to the whole rotation of like hopping from console, from platform to platform and playing stuff, the DS has, I have unfortunately been ignoring my DS for other stuff.
Okay.
But when I do get back to it, that is the first game out there. So hopefully I'm there when it starts.
I'm just glad the announcement that Countdown wasn't like a new mobile game or for the anime or something like that. Because I'm like, Square Enix is just known for disappointing people. Thank God it actually counted down to something.
You're right. Did they make a countdown for the mobile port of 15 coming to Switch?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's crazy, isn't it? Switch fans can finally play Final Fantasy 14.
All right, let's talk about the leak, the big leak that happened this week.
Oh man.
Persona 5 Strikers is finally coming to the West in English in February of 2021. Guys,
Scramble, right?
I just got a question.
Hmm.
What the fuck took so long?
Good question.
Like, Persona 5 is one of the like hottest selling games, hottest RPGs. Everybody loves it. The casual loves it. The game journalists love it. What took so long for this to come out? This don't make no sense. It's not a year. Didn't this come out in Japan in February? What the
last year? Or this year, rather.
Why?
COVID.
And there's a fan translation already too.
Why?
I think this is the longest a Musa game has ever taken to make it over to the West. I could be wrong.
What? Why?
I mean, there's certain games you never got, but like high-profile Muso games, maybe.
It doesn't make any sense. This is Persona 5 for the love of God. This thing just prints money.
Koei, I think the game sold really poorly in Japan, and then Alice went, "Oh, that won't sell in the West."
Oh, did it? It didn't sell great in Japan. I didn't know that.
I think it didn't meet their expectations. I think it still did pretty well, but it didn't meet their expectations, and it sold better on PS4.
Oh, wow. Wow, really?
So I think Atlas is kind of sketchy on making things to Switch
Let's
as well.
see. So 164,200 copies in its first week. So wow, sold 115,000 on the PS4, but only 46,000 on the Switch.
Wow.
That's kind of shocking.
So rest in peace, people who want Persona 5 on Switch.
It debuted in the top 5 in Taiwan and South Korea. That's all we know.
But, like, Atlas should know that, I would say, I hate to say it, but there's probably a stronger fan base in the West than it is in Japan at this point. It's amazing how those roles kind of switched.
That could be argued, yeah.
Yeah. So they should know that this game was going to sell a lot more in the West than it would. Well, probably it had a really good chance of selling a lot more in the West than it did in Japan. But I'm surprised that Switch version sold so low, because the Switch is like the #1 console in Japan. Oh, that's
Right. From the demo, it played fine, just
Yeah.
30 frames per second.
ill. That's
But you know, people in Japan probably like it's not the end of the world.
That's true.
I would definitely play it on my PS5 because when it comes to Warriors games, I will always choose a Warriors game with a better frame rate. I just like
PS5.
to play them.
Yeah.
There's a small, tiny little thing that y'all are forgetting about. This. It's coming to Steam.
That too, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Multiple, boy.
Yeah, it's coming to Steam.
Oh, I didn't know it was
If you
coming to Steam.
If you watch the English trailer at the very end, when like the Phantom Thieves are texting the group chat, like I think Futaba sends the Nintendo logo, the PlayStation logo, and then she sends the Steam logo, and Ryuji freaks out and goes for real. And I'm just like,
Because that's
really?
what he does. For real?
Yeah, I heard his. He didn't say it, but it's like I heard him say it. I'm like, yeah, that's my reaction too.
Oh wow, it really is coming. Oh, okay. Oh, this
I
changes
think
everything. Getting it on Steam.
I wonder if that has to do with Persona 4 Golden's success or Atlas making all of their games come to Steam in some way.
It might be P4G
both.
success.
Yeah, that it's the success of P4 on Steam. My God, which they're gonna do a lot. I'll be surprised if they didn't at least really re-release at least Persona 3 in 2021. I'd be surprised. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to next year. I know they're gonna re-release Persona 3 on Steam next year. If they don't, that'd be weird. All right, yeah, this is a day one buy for me. Honestly, it's probably the best Muso game I played, even though I only played a demo. But we all know how I feel about Muso games. You gotta be on crack to play those games.
You played Dynasty Warriors 9. No one told you to play that one.
I don't know why I don't know why I thought you guys said play Dynasty Warriors 9. I don't know why.
No. Warriors of Orochi 4 Ultimate.
I don't know who told you that, but they can't be trusted.
That
Word.
game, I try like I even like I set aside like 2 hours to get it to work because my controller wouldn't work with it, so I had to download some external program to do the controller. The frame rate was so trash. I was like, this is just a bad PC port.
Yo, Shadow, you like One Piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go play Pirate Warriors. You'll have fun with that.
I did no. I did play Pirate Warriors 2, I believe, and I played that.
Oh, you played the worst one.
What
What the fuck?
2 is not the worst one. No.
Yeah,
Do an
what?
original story, right?
1 is the worst one. 2 is good.
I don't know. For me, it's
I say 3 is worse than 2.
Oof, no. I say it's 3, maybe 4, 1, 2.
See, 2. The issue I have with 3 specifically is that to progress in the story, you have to control just the Straw Hats for like most of the game, and it's so freaking boring. The 2 had an original story, so that's not an issue. And also the problem with that is that the Straw Hats are very basic in their movesets until the time skip. So unless you're playing like the free mode, then yeah.
See, I don't know if I can even play the latest One Piece Warriors games because I'm ashamed to admit it. I'm so far behind in One Piece. I have no idea what's going on. I never thought I'd get that point in my life where I didn't know what was going on in One Piece. But damn, I think after the Don Flamingo arc, I have no idea what's going on in One Piece.
That's good. There's only one more arc they've really covered in the game since.
Okay, that's worse for me. Like the Wano stuff, like I can't even watch.
Oh no,
Is it-
2. Yeah, 2.
Are you guys caught up with One Piece?
I'm like probably 20 chapters behind. I'm pretty caught up.
Okay.
I like binging them, so sometimes I just stop.
Yeah, I don't know how I fell off so badly. I was the biggest one. I was a toxic One Piece fan back in the day.
Oh,
Like,
One of those.
yeah, I was bad. I was terrible. Anybody told me that there was a better anime than One Piece, I came in there and said, sir, no, it's not. One Piece is the best. What are you talking about? Full Metal Alchemist is trash. You don't know what you're talking about. I was that.
Whoa,
I was
simmer,
that.
simmer.
Like, let me tell you, I was terrible back then. Oh man, especially if you did like a versus match against Luffy against somebody like Naruto or something like that. I'll say, Luffy wipe the floor with Naruto. Naruto is not that great. Oh man, I was terrible. I was a wild boy back
At
then.
least you can admit to it. You missed that.
This man made Luffy and Jump Force. Quite J-Stars at the
Bloody
time, I
jump
guess.
up.
He's actually good in J-Stars.
I did play J-Star's Ultimate, which is still the best jump game.
Yeah.
No, that's what I've heard. That's on PS3, right?
Yes, 4.
Yeah.
I
No, I'm talking about
Jump
DS
Ultimate
one.
Stars.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jump.
the
That's the
DS
one I was
one.
talking about. I'm
The
sorry.
DS
Smash
game,
Bros, right?
right?
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about. That one was
Yeah,
just
that game is still phenomenal.
yeah. They need to go back to that style.
Isn't it like a Smash type of style that was?
It's like a sprite.
Yep.
Like yeah, kind of smashing for the most part. All right, we kind of got into One Piece there for a second. All right, so yeah, Persona 5 Strikers finally coming next year. Can't wait to play it. Definitely buy it day one. Hopefully it's not crap, but buying by the
Can we talk
demo.
about how Atlas is saying wait 8 days for some secret Persona news you never saw coming.
Oh yeah, it got leaked. Right, exactly.
Atlas really trying to keep that
That
under wraps.
employee was taken to the back alley. Atlas
And
dealt with
shot
him.
him, bro.
Like that is
Man's
gone.
gone.
We will remember you while playing Scramble.
Oh man. Alrighty. I think that's really it before we get into the Game Awards. Do we have any other topics that you guys want to cover? I think
It's not a topic per se, but Sosuke just said it's funny because that would actually happen to an employee in the Cyberpunk universe. Sorry, just wanted to say that.
Oh my
oh
gosh.
man.
Leaking information.
Alright. So yeah, let's get to these Game Awards. Let's see what's going on with these Game Awards, people. Alright, man. We got should I bring up the nominees for Game of the Year? We'll just do Game of the Year and RPG of the Year, then we'll go around the room and see what's everybody's Game of the Year right now.
Sounds good.
I actually gotta pull that up. The nominees for Game of the Year is looking kind of spooky. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure.
I will say, this is one of the, I guess, in my opinion, the weakest years for like candidates.
Yeah, because you know when you got
Personally.
Animal Crossing on there, you know it's a problem.
Animal Crossing deserves to be
hey.
up there.
No,
Leave it alone.
it really doesn't.
You didn't play the game. So.
I definitely didn't play the game, but I'm like, you gotta tell me Last of Us is better than that? All right, or on the same level?
I'd rather play Animal Crossing than Last of Us.
Same.
Same.
Okay, so I can't pull up for some reason. The Game Awards website is like not working. Maybe it crashed or some shit. Oh wait, okay, it found.
I think someone hacked it earlier because Last of Us was winning.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
happened.
they hacked
Wow,
it and
are
they-
you serious?
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
They hacked it and they made Ghost of Tsushima the winner.
Oh my.
Doing God's work.
they be that salty.
Do you need someone to pull up the list, or you got it?
Yeah, can you pull up the list for Game of the Year?
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like I hit nominees and it's just sitting here trying to load.
Honestly, I feel
My
like Tsushima might win Game of the Year.
It deserves it.
Because I did not see Sekiro winning last year in any capacity.
What was it up against again?
Last year, I was up against Jump Force.
Death Stranding and like
Alright.
something else.
Posting the nominees now.
Like Disco Elysium was last year's Game Awards, right?
I believe so. Yes.
All right. So
Yeah,
for-
not the strongest lineup in my opinion.
Yeah, for Game of the Year, we got Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Yeah, sure. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2.
Hades, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about.
Yeah, me too.
People are horny. For
It's funny because Hades is technically a 2-year-old game. Technically.
It is?
Among Us around here somewhere as well.
It was in early access 2 years ago. Just the full version releases here.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I guess.
Wasn't Among Us winning some awards?
Oh yeah, that too. Among Us is a 2-year-old game too.
That's crazy. I guess I could understand because the game received a lot of popularity this year. So I guess I can understand that maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe.
That doesn't bother me too much because if a game is like just skyrockets in popularity like that, then whatever.
So who do you guys think is winning this Game of the Year between these categories?
Last of Us.
Wow.
It's a popularity contest. Last of Us is winning.
Oh man. But like the official Game Awards. Is it still okay, yeah, it's still player choice. Okay, yeah. I thought this was decided by like a panel or something like that. Or the nominees was decided by a panel.
There's a combination of both.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, let me just go on my rant for Animal Crossing real quick. Yeah, I don't think Animal Crossing belongs on here. Because every time
it sold like 22 million.
yeah, it's true. Okay, I give it to them on that one. They sold a lot. Every time I ask somebody what has improved in Animal Crossing, they can never answer. And I've seen this on podcasts as well. They could never answer what
What
this
do you
game
mean
has
by
done.
improve?
Like, what have they done new? What have they brought to the Animal Crossing table that the other games didn't?
Online.
Didn't City Folk have online?
Yeah, you had
I don't think-
online before.
In the same capacity as New Horizons, though? Like you could play online with other people?
No, not in that way. Like straight up, people in the island. That's new.
Yeah, it's like
But
you guys.
it's not like it's not about what's new though. It's just like overall quality.
Is it?
Plus, the game has had constant like really good updates with tons of new content to keep people coming back.
I say it's probably one of the best like valued games on the Switch right now.
Okay,
It's like Monster Hunter levels of free content that you get.
Because I look at the game, I look at details in games like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Look at the details for Last of Us 2. The amount of like art and animation they're doing for the cutscenes, the details, how Final Fantasy has all this
Have you
good.
played Animal Crossing?
Here's the thing. No, I haven't. But I can tell it's not as much work has gone into these two. You guys sit there and tell me
God.
an equal amount
That's
of work
not how that works.
went
Sure.
into Last of Us Part 2 and
That's
Animal Crossing.
arguable.
Oh
That's
my
arguable.
god! Don't
They
sit.
delay Animal
No.
Crossing. It was supposed to come out in 2019.
Yep.
Oh god, here comes the crunch no crunch memes. You hate
Oh
to see
my. Oh man, I just I honestly, I'm sorry, I'm being petty. I'm probably being a dirtbag, but I hope Animal Crossing doesn't win. I feel like this is set a bad precedent.
I hope it does.
I don't even play Animal Crossing. I think it deserves it.
You know how much
wow.
that game sold this year?
Yeah, no. Okay, what does selling have to do with anything? Like, Game of the Year should be all about 100%. Like, it says it right here: the best experience in all creative and technical fields. How technically impressive is Animal Crossing?
Have you seen townspeople making that game?
I've seen. I looked at stuff. I can't see it. I was like, yo, this is it?
Shadow. The comparison of us, like, I've seen like pictures of like my friends' islands, and I'm like, oh, these look very nice. And then I see people recreating places from Nier Automata and fucking Earthbound, and I'm like, are y'all even playing Animal Crossing?
In Animal Crossing?
Right.
In
Yeah,
Animal
as
Crossing.
people, you look at the stuff people make, and you're like, I think I have the wrong copy of the game.
Because
No.
it's like that game is in a way comparable to something like Minecraft, where it's just like you're limited by what your imagination dictates is the breaking
Exactly.
point. You keep going and just keep going because there's so much for you to do in terms of just availability of what you want to do with your island. That's incredible.
All right. I'll give it to you guys. You know, I haven't played it. I haven't looked into it all that much. I'm gonna take you guys' word for it. Fine. But let me ask you guys a question though. If Among Us was on this list, would you guys say it's Game of the Year?
I don't know.
That's a tougher one because that game relies on the people around you and not the game itself. If I'm being honest.
I mean, doesn't Animal Crossing kind of do the same thing?
No,
Go to other people's
most
islands.
People play alone. No, most people play alone. Actually,
you trade crack or something like that, and you up the prices of your crack and stuff.
Sure.
Like, what?
That's what we do on Black's Island behind his back. When Blake isn't looking, we sell crack on his island. That's what we do.
Wait, why my island?
Hold on.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Fine. But all right. So realistically, what do you guys think is gonna win?
Like I said, Last of Us.
Last of Us.
All right.
Out of all these, though,
to win, but
out of all these, I would want Ghost of Tsushima to win. 'Cause that game really impressed me.
I want Final Fantasy VII Remake to win.
There we go.
I'll
There
be
we go,
surprised if
Sasuke.
Ghost of Tsushima gets it because of the fact that they, and this might sound weird, they gave it to a samurai game last year. Something tells me
What
just off of
game?
that.
What game won it last year?
Sekiro.
I mean, The Age of the Samurai.
I know.
Sounds pretty heat.
Was Sekiro samurai or ninja?
It was more
It was
shinobi, but it's
feudal
like
era.
he's more of a shinobi, but he's like 75% shinobi, 25% samurai.
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost is the opposite though. He's 75% samurai. Like
That depends on how you play, though.
more so 50-50 to be honest. With Jinsen.
Not in my playthrough.
We're talking about story wise.
I went straight ninja.
I think story wise, that's the case.
We got super chat from Sebastian. Thanks, man. What's the biggest snub and why is it Xenoblade?
Talk to us.
Oh, man.
Because if remakes are eligible or just like ports, because Persona 5 Royal got nominated for another category, I forgot. But Xenoblade, as far as I remember, got nominated for nothing. It's like, what the heck?
Xenoblade didn't qualify, is what they said.
How,
I don't
Sway?
see how.
Okay.
How,
I don't know if
Sway?
we've ever had Xenoblade. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade 1, and Xenoblade 2 have never been in a Game Awards.
That is
It's
amazing. Well, I
that's
think
so
Xenoblade
weird,
Chronicles.
I think
Well-
it's a popularity contest when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's true. But I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it came off on the cutoff, but it wasn't on the following year, so it didn't make any sense.
But it is interesting. Xenoblade is, it's a really well done remaster, right?
Mhm.
A game, a version of a game that already exists, but you can kind of say the same thing for Persona 5R.
You could
Final
absolutely say
Fantasy VII
something.
remake
Uh,
and Final Fantasy.
Right, so
It's
it
a
raises the
version of
question.
They even have
raises
like
the question
extra
of-
like content towards the end of their games.
yeah.
mhm.
Like honestly, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is more, I would say, as far as I'm hearing in regards to like the new stuff that came to Persona 5R, I would put it on the same level in regards to like new content that each of those games brought to its
Absolutely.
newer version.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
why is
just
it not
about.
here?
Well, like Someone said popularity contest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a popularity contest.
See, and what's weird about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is that they were like, oh, it passed the cutoff, and then it didn't qualify for next year because it said it was too dated. And then literally the same year, they were like, so Super Smash Bros. Ultimate
Which
for
I,
Nintendo Switch.
I have a personal bias for Smash, but even I can admit how.
I don't understand what the Game Awards have against Xenoblade, bro. I wonder if it's just the Xeno series. Imagine
No,
Xenosaga like remaster happens, and they're like,
Blake.
nah, bro, you don't qualify.
Blake, you know what it is? You know what it is?
What's that?
They don't worship Zanza.
Oh, I thought they couldn't. What was it the card say? I think you can take me. No, they couldn't take him.
You can
Ah.
take me.
But they be forgetting about him, so you hate to see
Man,
it.
can we talk about how that is like one of the most memorable quotes of 2017?
And they literally just took it out. Yeah, they patched it out. You hate to see it. They should have just
It
left that
hurts
in
so
there.
much.
Is this the only category we're talking about?
We're gonna talk about best role playing game, but that's about it. After best role playing game, I don't know if we're gonna go too far deep into each category.
We really shouldn't.
Yeah. So for best role playing game, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Which I'm gonna say straight up, Yakuza Like a Dragon wouldn't be on this list if it didn't release in November. I honestly think it would have got taken over. I think it would have gotten taken over by Xenoblade Chronicles. I think. But since this game is so fresh on everybody's mind, it's here. So, but yeah, that could be my Yakuza hate coming out. I don't know. But does anybody even heard of Wasteland 3?
I heard of it, yeah. Shown off at E3 one year.
Heard it was pretty good.
Okay. I didn't hear about this game until I saw the Game Awards. I was like, what was Wasteland 1 and 2? And why wasn't they on, like, the years prior's best role-playing game? I guess.
I think those games were a lot older, if memory serves, I think.
Those were like
They-
top-down isometrics.
I would say in regards to what we've been saying all night long, in regards to it's a popularity contest,
Mm.
I would feel that's kind of the same reason why Cold Steel 4 isn't on here. Same thing with last
Oh,
year in regards
yeah.
to Cold Steel 3.
Absolutely.
If Cold Steel
I found
4
one-
was on here, you'd have a lot of people asking what the heck is a Cold Steel.
Yep.
Like
That's what I'm saying in regards to popularity, and it in the zeitgeist, Falcom is definitely not like popular to any
radar.
degree.
Yeah.
So
And what's interesting is, like, each of the people that review it, like, I would say some major publishers that have reviewed it, they're like, oh, it's a great game. It's really good. Like, if you love the Trail series up to this point, you're going to love this one. But I'm pretty sure they didn't play all the games in the series, nor did they really play that one to completion. So they're just doing it for an article, a review to make, and just to make sure the fan base don't jump down their throat. But for best role playing game out of these categories, what do we think is winning?
do you firstly question? I have not played Genshin Impact. Does anybody feel that it should be here?
I
Uh,
don't think it should be.
It's a mobile game.
Like
Yeah.
it's a placeholder. Like I enjoy playing the game, but it's a placeholder. There was nothing else they could really put there that was in the public eye. That game did do impressively, like money wise. Like it
In
made
regards to
its
the-
entire budget back.
That's a problem.
Yeah, in regards to the popularity, in regards to calling this the popularity contest, I would say it deserves to be here.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That
it took the internet by storm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like I'm still seeing art of like all the
I'm
characters.
still seeing porn.
7 Remake is eligible, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's one easily. It's Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy I think normally always takes that category.
Especially 7, since that's like, to many people, the greatest game of all
so
time.
if
and it's
16
the
comes
remake.
out, so
Yeah,
if 16 comes out next year, you think that's taking next year as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
probably. Yeah.
Final Fantasy, name brand.
For Genshin Impact, real quick, it does. I feel as it's a good game, but it sets a horrible example for the game industry.
Because it is just a gotcha game.
It's
at the
just
end
a
of the day.
gotcha game at the end of the day, bro. And they marketed it like it was a console game, like regular RPG game, and it made so much money within the first month. Like other companies could look at that and say, "Well, if we just add gotcha elements to our game, we can make as much money as Genshin Impact. Why not?" So, I like it a lot. I think it's a good. It looks great. It's got an okay story. battle system is really good, but man, I hope the game industry does not look at that game and says that we want to be like that.
Oh,
For Persona 5 Royal, I don't think it should. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Persona 5 Royal because it literally is the same game for the most part. Like, until you get to that Royal part, it really starts opening up, and that Royal part is excellent, but I still do feel that it's a little bit tacked on, even though it is excellent. But yeah, I'm kind of against re-releases on for like, you know, game of the year or best games.
See, for my stance on that, I feel like if it's a direct port, like when they ported like OG Final Fantasy PS1, Final Fantasy 7 to Switch, like that wouldn't qualify. But I think like if it's been enhanced, remaster, remade, I think it can still technically qualify. It just depends on what's happening. Like for example, 2020 in general, I think has been a pretty dry year for games for the most part. So I think like this year they really had to kind of, for lack of a better term, scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Okay.
Damn, you call Persona 5 our bottom of the barrel?
Uh,
Get him, Atlas ass eaters, get him.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
That I played Persona 5 and Persona 5R within like 6 months of each other. So by the time I started playing Royal, I was like, oh look, all these quality of life changes are great, but the story is something I've already experienced.
You know, Riku, someone would argue that Cold Steel 4 is bottom of the barrel since it's not popular and like no one knows about it.
I don't think that's how
From
that
a
works.
popularity
Please
standpoint,
don't.
sure.
Please don't do that. Not here.
And I never said it was. I was asking you if that's what Blake said, or was implying.
So I think we're all in agreement. Final Fantasy 7 Remake wins this.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Yakuza Like a Dragon wins, I'm gonna. Oh my
if
god!
Yakuza beats a Final Fantasy game,
I'm
it'll
gonna-
be a day in the history books.
Okay,
This shit
about
would be
that-
rigged if that happens.
Okay, about that. A lot of people are loving Yakuza Like a Dragon. Like, people
It's
are
true.
genuinely loving that game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if it won because of that alone, but I still like feel overall Final Fantasy VII Remake should win. Personal bias and critical eye all together. Like, it needs to win.
Man, but I would actually on some level be happy for Yakuza if it does win. I mean, I think the series probably does deserve to be in the limelight now. It's been that way for a while. It's been kind of niche for a while.
Now, so long, we just need to get the producer to stop thinking the Switch is made for kids.
All right, yeah, he came out and said
Yeah,
that.
he said he doesn't want to bring Yakuza to Switch because the console is quote unquote made for kids.
Oof.
And you know what's ironic?
Lapse in Bayonetta.
You know what's ironic? Nagoshi, he's the one who made Super Monkey Ball. Before Yakuza, he made Super Monkey Ball. Think about that for a minute.
Those implications.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong in the sense that like it is targeted towards kids, and that the Nintendo people look at it as if, like, for example, Pokemon, you're just gonna buy it because it's Pokemon, stuff like that. And because you're kids, you don't actually realize the quality difference. Well, I mean, you probably do, but you're not gonna complain about it.
That's true.
I can't argue against that.
Yeah.
Because parents are going to be like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And most kids are going to want to play, like, you know, children's games. Like,
Mom, I want
Fortnite and
Yakuza
stuff.
like a dragon. I want to beat
Oh
him.
my god, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, the kids do that because, you know, me and Blake both worked retail/games. Kids will try to buy these games. It's like, no, I'm sorry, you're 14. You
Go
can't buy
home.
it.
Or in my case, sometimes, do you have a parent or guardian with you? I'm 22. Oh. Do you have ID on you? Oh, you are 22. Sick.
Yeah.
Here's your game.
I got hit with that once. I felt so bad.
Okay, so I don't want to discuss too many categories for game of the year and game award stuff. So just those two. So let's go around the room. What do we believe is your personal game of the year? Who wants to start us out?
I will go first.
Okay, go ahead, Bob.
As you guys know, I've been on that Cyberpunk hype train, so unfortunately I can't mention that since it's not out yet. But besides that, 2 games really impressed me this year that really stood out. First one, Ghost of Tsushima, which I sort of tried on a whim because everyone on my timeline was like hyping it up, sharing their pictures and all that. Riku. And I gave it a try because I wanted to see what the hype was about, and it actually lived up to the hype. It was an amazing game. I was shocked my PS4 was not exploding from the graphical fidelity of the game, and that it could like run at a stable frame rate and all that. So the game isn't just good, but it's kind of like a technical marvel on the system it ran on. So yeah, really impressed with that. And the second game, of course, is Persona 5 Royal. Despite the fact it's an updated, I guess, port of an already existing game, it was still an amazing game. And it took something that was an amazing game and made it somehow even better. And that in-game content, in my opinion, just made all the time going through it again worth it. Like, it impressed me that much.
That's true.
To the point where I feel like if you have to play Persona 5 now, don't even look at the original. You have to play Royal because that ending segment, goddamn, so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Just like how Square Enix took off the original Dragon Quest off every platform and store. Just don't even look like vanilla Persona 5.
Oh yeah, no. There's only 11S.
Yeah,
I would have loved to say Cold Steel 4 because big end game for the not just the Cold Steel series, but the Trail series in general right now. But that sort of didn't live up to my expectations, so unfortunately, I can't nominate that. A bit too many issues.
I hate to hear it. All right, Gab, what's your game of the year?
My game of the year is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. It's got an amazing storyline. The art's beautiful. The soundtrack's beautiful. And yeah, mainly for the story. I really enjoyed the story in that one.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I've heard so much about that game, and I'm just so turned off by the battle system. But everybody's telling me that, don't worry, Shadow, it's gonna be okay. You can deal with it.
I would have nominated that one too, but I didn't care as much for the battle system as well. Like, in terms of just straight up story, that is like, it blows any other game that came out this year out the water. If it was just like, if I was just voting for story alone, yeah,
I can agree
hands
with that.
down.
Really?
Is that what you guys voted for? Because that's what I voted for.
Oh, the nominees for best writing or story?
Yeah, because I actually went through like the list because you can actually vote.
Oh,
if you have an email and stuff. So I did that. So I actually voted for it.
I didn't vote. Honestly, I don't really care. At the end of the day, like, who wins? Like, in my mind, I know what games I like and what games are my personal like games of the year. So everyone else just wants to argue and all that. Just let them. I'll just sit back and watch the fireworks.
Yeah, that's the best part. Bao, I don't know if this is to you, but you might want to read the super chat. I don't know. Is that you?
My boy Duo. I'm late, but shout out to Bao and Company. Thank you, Duo.
What you mean Bao and Company? I ain't company, nigga. What you mean?
Bro, we told you this.
Bao and friends. You know,
bad podcast.
It should be Shadow and Company, all right?
It's my podcast. Party members? Is this how this works?
All right. Fair enough, I guess. I'm watching you, Dio. Nah. Let's see. Blake, what's your game of the year, man?
So, it's really hard for me to pick one because I made like a list of the games I played this year. It's really only a list of like 15 games that actually came out this year because I played a lot of stuff on my backlog. Like I played a heavy bunch of Cold Steel. I played some of my stuff in my backlog, some Resident Evil games. So like, I'm going to get made fun of, and I'm going to get slack, and it's going to be the end of me. No cap. The game I enjoyed the most this year was that SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I'm not even kidding. That is my game of the year, straight up. No
if
cap.
it's your game of the year, it's your game of the year. We can't take that away from you.
But
Yeah, we definitely can't take it away from him. What the hell is wrong with you?
The runners up were Devil May Cry 5 Special, Xenoblade, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is like a close second, and then Animal Crossing.
That came out on my birthday.
Oh my god. Who's
But
man is
no.
this?
In all seriousness, I loved everything about that game. It was like a 1-to-1 recreation, something that I never thought would ever happen, and it was literally a dream that I never thought would come true or be realized. It was an impossible remake, in my opinion.
All right, so Weird Blake got SpongeBob on there. Okay, I'd rather you would just said Hyrule Warriors, but all right,
No,
all right.
I would have rather said Iron Warriors too, bro. But that game dookie.
But Nintendo happened.
All right. Besides Blake's weird choice, Sosuke, what's your game of the year?
It's tied between Aegis Rim, 13 Sentinels, Persona 5 Royal, and Final Fantasy VII Remake. But overall, I'm going to have to say Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game overall was extremely good. Like,
Talk to me.
when I started it up, I got these goosebumps, these chills. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm actually playing this. It's real. It's not a concept. It's not an unfunny joke of, haha, Square will take 40 years to make a game. It exists, it was real, and it was fucking amazing. I loved every second of that game. Even when the game went for my emotions and said, you're going to feel pain, it was still an amazing game. Like, if you haven't played the original Final Fantasy VII, and you really don't have a desire to, I'm just going to tell you, play Remake. It is a fantastic game. It is amazing because it was an old experience while also being a new experience all at the same time. And it was incredible. Like, the end of that game, I actually sat there and cried because, like, the very final moments were incredible to me. It was just that good.
Oh yeah, isn't a certain person now alive? That's just crazy. Oh man, I forgot about that. Wow, yeah. All right, Riku, my man. What's your GOTY?
You already know it's that Cold Steel 4.
Fishing Simulator 4, baby.
290 hours in on my first playthrough. It was phenomenal. I disagree with all of the disappointments that everyone had. I went into detail with that in the spoiler cast. I felt it lived up to my expectations, and I love it. No game came close.
Damn, no game came close. Yikes. But what other games did you play? What other games that came out this year that you played that could have been game of the year?
Before that, it was. Was it
say
Neo
like
2?
Xenoblade, right?
I think it was either Xenoblade or Neo 2. No. It was Last of Us Part 2. That's what it was.
Okay.
I actually genuinely enjoy Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
Xenoblade was right behind that, and then it was Neo 2. But yeah.
All right. So for my game of the year, fortunately, it's pretty predictable. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game went above and beyond the Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered, and it knocked everything out of the park for what a remake is. And like Sosuke said, it's both a remaster and a new game, or remake and a new game at the same time. I love what they did with the ending. Leaves it open to some crazy shenanigans in the future. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm heavily looking forward to what else is next. I say, with the way they did the ending, they can literally wrap this up in one more game if they wanted to. But there's a lot of stuff they still should cover in the original Final Fantasy VII game, which they should cover in the remake. But again, things have changed, so they could just wrap all that stuff out if they wanted to. So we'll see. Yeah, close was maybe Trails of Cold Steel 4. Actually, no, it was Cold Steel 4. But like Bao, it kind of did some things that I didn't 100% agree with. But still a phenomenal game. But just Final Fantasy VII Remake just edged it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I loved it for that. Unfortunately, I could not nominate Persona 5 Royal as a contender for my game of the year because, again, I don't know how I feel about enhanced ports being game of the year stuff. But still a great game. No doubt. But I think that's it. Chat, what was your game of the year in the chat? I think that's all the topics that we actually have.
Actually,
Did you ask Scab yet?
I think we did ask that. 13 Sentinels.
I said I just rim.
All right.
I was gonna say, what's everybody like anticipated game for next year?
Rainbow.
Scramble.
My most
Sample.
hype game is SMT5.
Oh, that too. That
That is
too.
coming out, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
For Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh yeah, right.
That's
Monster Hunter's on the rise.
That's
I get to
second for me
start-
right now.
I get to start a Monster Hunter game for the first time from day one with everybody else on that same wave of progression.
Gonna be awesome.
For me, I would say is a tie between Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and
Oh, I
using-
see. Oh, I know why you're excited for that game.
Ray tracing, baby.
I was talking about that new
because-
linebacks.
Oh no!
Bro, Riku sent me porn of that character the day that trailer happened.
No, I did not, Blake. Let's not go there.
I saw you sweating over there, Riku.
Yeah, that sounds kind of spooky there, Riku.
I've always been a Ratchet and Clank fan. Ratchet is my favorite PlayStation character.
You sounded kind of ratchet right now, though. Well, okay.
That's
All
what
right,
I'm saying.
It is a great 3D platformer.
It's 3D platform in his dick.
Look, y'all need help.
You hear this, people?
These Falcon
Jesus
fans
Christ.
get out of hand so we can get ready.
All right, you know what? Just forget it. It's just these 9 because people can't have a regular conversation with bringing Ratchet and Clank into this.
My third hype game is Tales of Arise. Hopefully
yes.
that comes out.
It should. There shouldn't be no reason why it shouldn't come.
We really need a trailer at the Game Awards. Like, there's no reason not to.
There really isn't. They should have enough for have a trailer because that should be coming out next year, no doubt.
Love of
Wow,
God.
it's been more than a year since we've seen anything from it. Actually,
Yeah, it has. Yes.
For the love of God, I hope the new linear motion battle system isn't some ass.
Same. That's my biggest fear right now.
Because like after playing a little bit of Destiny and like playing through Exilia 1, 2, and Vesperia again, I'm just like, return to form for the linear motion battle system. Make it great.
Make it great again? Whoa, who said that?
Oh, man, Alan, be good again.
Who else? What's everybody else most anticipated game? Blake, did you
So-
say?
I'm hesitant to say Breath of the Wild 2 after Age of Calamity, and because I don't know if that game's gonna come out next year. But right now it's probably Persona. I think it's probably just Persona right now. I'm interested to try SMT5. I don't know if it'll be a day one. I'll have to wait and see on that one because I haven't played like any mainline SMT games. I might pick up Nocturne when it comes out in English. So that's coming in next year as well. Honestly, currently probably just Persona. There's probably something that's slipping my mind. I mean, if we want to talk about like content coming to games in the new year as well, I am always looking forward to seeing what new monstrosity Masahiro Sakurai is going to put into Super Smash Bros.
Oh, that's right. He's supposed to be there apparently.
That yeah,
That'd be nice to see the next character at the Game Awards. I'm not getting my hopes up.
I am not holding my breath.
Blake, can I
I
indoctrinate
think.
real quick?
What'd you say?
Can I indoctrinate you into the SMT life with some Devil Survivor?
Oh, Blake would love
I'm
Devil
open.
Survivor.
Like
I'm
you'll love
open to trying.
like it's like take Fire Emblem and combine it with SMT, but still keep turn-based combat, and you can
So it's a
bond with your teammates.
interesting.
Blake, you want to read the latest super chat we got real quick?
All right, our super chat comes from Sebastian. Second place though goes to my man Bob Leponge. Let's go, Sebastian. That's my man. That's my brother. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Damn, so did you just abandon Triple S?
Yeah, it's fine because Triple S was just in here, but yeah, actually.
This man.
Let's see. Sosuke, what's your anticipated game for next year?
Besides Monster Hunter Rise, SMT5 and Tales of Arise. Mostly SMT5 because that trailer sent a feeling through me of, oh, there is no law. There is no law around here. There is only chaos. The god you worship is dead. The god you worship is dead. Well, shit. That sucks. Like, that game, aside from the main character's haircut being partial bowl cut, I'm here for that whole game.
And looking like a girl.
It doesn't look like a girl. What
Yes,
is
it does.
Look like a...
Yes, it does. I don't know what y'all talking about, Sway.
Why is he wearing a male uniform then?
Why is he wearing mascara and eyelashes, bro?
That's just SMT eyes.
Oh man.
All dudes in S&P have eyes
Shadow?
like that.
Shadow, do we have to revisit the fact that you thought Yuri from Three Houses was a girl?
Hey,
Listen, I don't know what you're talking
Amber
about,
thought
fam.
that. Well, not pelvic, but one of our mutual friends thought that too.
Like, I saw Yuri and I'm like, that's a dude.
How?
The main character is a guy.
Oh yeah, Bravely Default 2. Thank you, Ricardo. Almost forgot about
shit.
that.
I
might
Mario
play
3D
that.
World, Bowser's Fury is coming out too. I'm not playing.
Honestly,
this.
2021 is looking stacked for game.
There's
Seriously.
We need it.
I have a
This year.
list. I have a list of JRPGs coming. There's so much. I think I got damn near 30. And these are
Good
all
lord.
like relevant, like actually relevant games, not like some remaster or remake or some shit. There's a lot.
My goodness.
That's why I'm not
Shadow
looking forward to
Brand.
making that video.
Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it should be coming out within a week, hopefully. Yeah, did you say what was your anticipated game for next year?
Only
think she said
just like
Scramble.
Scramble and Shin Megami Tensei 5. I mean,
Okay.
that's my hype wrapped up, and I guess Nocturne too. All that wrapped up in a big box.
Big Atlas box.
Yes.
Atlas box.
Merry Christmas.
Falcom Fiends. Falcom Fiends and Atlas Ass Eaters.
I'm okay with that.
Who's gonna win?
Riku, did you say what was your most anticipated game? East 9, right?
Yes, I said it was. Yeah, I said
Yeah,
it was a
East
tie
9.
between East 9 and Rift Apart.
Okay, so for me, it's gonna be Shin Megami Tensei 5. We just need to really see some goddamn gameplay by now. Like, come on, Atlas, what's going on? I need to see some gameplay. But I want to play that game. Tales of Arise. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink if it ever drops.
What?
Oh yeah, that's coming out next year. Yo, Shadow, you should play the Gacha game.
No, I can't. No more. No other gotcha games for me. I can't. Don't let me play that game.
man.
I've seen some art for Grand Blue Fantasy. I'm like, the desire, the temptation is
man.
strong. I was like, no, I can't
The
do it.
PNGs are waiting for you.
Like, this is one like short pink hair girl. I'm like, oh my god, I
Oh
can't.
no, Maya.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
let me
You
not
know
get
she
into
has a
this.
summer variant.
Oh man, she does. Oh man, don't
And
let
a
me get into that
Christmas one.
game. I already poured money into
How
Fate
much
Grand
money-
Order.
How much money I gotta go?
What else I got? Yeah, Near the World Ends With You, absolutely. And
Oh,
I'm gonna.
wait, I think we did we forget about that Pokemon Snap is supposed to be coming out next year? Are we excited for that?
Oh shit, it is.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
it
that's
is.
coming out.
That was
next year,
supposed
too.
to. I swear that was going to come out this year because they said coming soon, and then it's like Kingdom Hearts 3 soon.
Yeah, it should be coming out.
That's
Next
the
year.
day one.
Currently in development.
And I'm really hoping that we get Gen 4 remakes next year. Like Generation 4 is my favorite generation.
That would be awesome.
The last game I'm looking forward to is Disgaea 6.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, also might be a day one. Depends on what else comes out around that time
I
though.
need to finish this guy at 1. I just realized that.
Even though I'm kind of iffy still on the 3D, the more I see it, the more I'm making peace with it. But still a little bit iffy that it went 3D. I understand why it went 3D, but God, I can't. I don't know.
Why
But
did they go 3D again?
because I think it's easier to make the game in 3D than it is to make sprites. And probably people accept 3D more than 2D.
With how Disguise animations have been in the past, I can understand why it'd be expensive to make those sprites.
Yeah,
Incredible.
the over the top attacks and skills that goes on, it's ridiculous. A lot of detail goes into them, and in 3D it was probably a lot easier to make them.
That's sad.
Do you
Yeah.
guys think we'll finally get a Bayonetta 3 next year?
No!
Oh yeah, what happened to that
Kamiya,
game?
why
I'm playing Devil May Cry 5.
No,
I want it
actually.
now more than ever.
Kamiya really said Bayonetta 3? I was joking.
When was the last time we saw that game? Was there a trailer or something like that, or like a
Game
teaser
Awards
logo?
Awards 2017.
2017 Game Awards.
Oh my god, I'm telling you, man, they just be having some stuff that they just be like, oh, do you have this game, or you got this game playing? It's on the boardroom in y'all meeting room. Can we put that in here for this year? Like, yeah, okay, fine. Even though we got nothing
reason
for
I-
it.
The reason I don't believe in Bayonetta 3 is because Kamiya is the same man who, during E3, when Smash got all its characters announced, said, "What, you guys didn't see Beautiful Joe 1 and 2 on Switch?" I got so mad. I'm like, you can't do this. That is illegal.
Mhm. Alrighty.
Asbel says, also, where's Babylon's Fall?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a Square Enix game. Give it a few years.
Yeah, you're right.
Babylon's 4. Oh yeah, is that that's like an action game? It kind of looks like Nier or something like that, or
Oh yeah.
oh
Forgot
yeah,
about
that game. Is that an RPG?
We also haven't seen Eden's Ring in a while.
Elden
Is
Ring?
that the name of it?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Listen, at this point,
Oh, that was
Elden
that
Ring.
Lord of the Rings game, right?
No, Elden Ring's a new Souls type of game with the writer of Game of Thrones.
Oh, I thought it was Lord of the Rings. Never mind.
All I'm saying is Elden Ring doesn't actually exist. It's a Bloodborne joke.
It's like
We
deep
thought
down.
it existed. Nah, man, that game don't exist.
Wait, did we talk about that Capcom leak a while back?
I don't think we never did, nah.
right.
Where they had like the source code of Street Fighter, like they had the entire game of Street Fighter 6.
I still don't believe that list because that's too good to be true. Like, I'll just believe it when it happens.
No, Too Good to Be True would have been a Dino Crisis remake. That would have been
They
too
got
good to
a
be
new
true.
Onimusha on there. It's too good to be true.
Oh yeah, okay,
New
that's true.
Onimusha.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
A remake of not Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 4. Like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Resident Evil 4 remake has been rumored for the last like couple of months now, and everyone's saying please don't do it because you'll ruin it.
Just like they ruined Resident Evil 3.
That game really doesn't need one.
It doesn't need one now.
Just real quick, guys, is Babylon's 4 an RPG? Action RPG?
I think it's an action.
We don't really know the details. Was probably going to be an action RPG.
Okay, I'm adding it to the list. I'm gonna add it to the list.
Asbel once did a thing in the chat, the super chat thing. He
Oh,
gave
yeah?
you money.
Oh yeah.
Phil Spencer brought up Elden Ring on Twitter, so I expect something for it at the Game Awards.
Oh, okay.
We shall see, Asbel.
Thanks for the super chat, man. Eighth Ringer said yes, it's made by Platinum Games. Okay. All right, so I'm adding it to the list.
Did you guys hear that like Square Enix lost like over 50% of what they made in Final Fantasy VII Remake on Avengers?
Yes.
It's crazy.
I laughed at that so hard.
Serious?
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, our net gain is like up over like so percent, and then with Avengers they're like, we lost like 50 million on Avengers, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Jesus.
I told
man.
people Avengers would not be that good, and they looked at me and said, "You're just hating because you don't like the movies." I never said I didn't like them. I'm just not a fan.
Avengers would have been a lot better had it been a single player game like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
they wanted to make it like Destiny, like a games as a service model where like you can. I'm like, why would you do that for Avengers? Like for the Hulk, you can buy like new cosmetic rib cages. Who asked for that?
Nobody.
Literally, who asked for that?
All right. Let's go on to our most disappointing stuff of the year, and I think we're gonna wrap it up around that.
Man.
Man, oh man.
We got a lot of man oh man. Who wants to start this out?
Let me. So we have to choose one disappointing thing, because this is a year that we had Fairy Tail and Age of Calamity.
Ooh,
Let me tell you how those games are dick on the wall. I just haven't even finished Fairy Tail. If I could refund that game, I would have refunded that game a minute ago. That game is one of the most boring anime adaptation games I have ever played. They strip down the story. The models are trash. The voice acting is garbage. The frame rate's abysmal. The PC port's garbage. It doesn't.
Preach.
Yo, guys, and this is coming from a hardcore Fairy Tail fan, as far as I know. So
Anyone who knows me knows that I simp Fairy Tail like no end. Like Fairy Tail is one of my favorite animes of all time. I acknowledge the flaws it has, and I love it for them. Okay, the game was a disappointment to me as a fan.
Yikes. Yeah, and the game did crash at me on me at the end. Pissed me off to no end.
I haven't even finished it. I don't even know if I want to finish it.
I don't think you do. I don't think you are.
I only got like 20 hours. 20 hours? No, I don't even. I think I got like 10 hours in.
Oh, yikes.
And I just stopped playing it.
Let's see.
It wasn't even a good JRPG.
No, it wasn't. It was like JRPG 101. That's really what it was. And I get that because anime fans are going to play it for the first time and they don't want a really complicated RPG. Makes sense, but still.
I bought that game on PS4 and traded that shit in.
Gab, what's your most disappointing game this year or event or whatever happened this year?
Think about it. Let me just look at my game list.
That she yawning. Goddamn, she's like.
I'm old. The crust is coming off as I speak.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. Most disappointing game.
It doesn't have to be gaming. It could be anything that happened in gaming.
Anything. We didn't get Scramble this year. Fuck Atlas. There we go.
Yikes. All right. Riku, you got one?
To be honest, it might be a tie between Neo 2 and Ghost of Tsushima.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What happened with Neo 2?
Neo 2 is more so like Neo 1.5. They didn't. A lot of assets from Neo 1 were reused in Neo 2.
Oh, really? I did not hear that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you compare the two, technically Neo 2 would be a better game, but that's only because it's just Neo 1 with more stuff. But it's like in regards to the new stuff that Neo 2 added, like the burst counter and the transformation of turning into an Oni, I felt they were
character.
Yeah, the customizable character. I'm not really a person who cares about creating a character, so that wasn't really like a plus for me. But they did have a really good one, so I give them that. But for me personally, I didn't really care for that. So, yeah, the two features that I was looking forward to were burst counter and that new demon transformation that you turn to, and those two gameplay features I felt were either a letdown or they, it didn't feel like it was something that added to the gameplay. Like burst counter, for example, like the bosses in Neo, you would find a pattern and stick with that pattern and fight the enemy. But in Neo 2, it feels like there really wasn't a pattern to an enemy. All you really had to do was wait for them to do that specific move that you can burst counter and put them in a staggering animation. Then you follow up with your attacks. So it just felt like you're dodging and blocking them the entire time and just waiting for that burst counter move. So it felt like it took away a lot from the meta of like all of the enemies.
Yeah.
And
one second. We got super chat from Dio Beard. What's disappointing is no Secret of Evermore 2. What is that? Never heard
it's
of
like
that.
Secret of Mana game that was like a Secret of Mana spin-off game. I don't think it was the Secret of Mana people that made it. It was like some other company, but it was under I think it's considered under the Mana franchise and Secret of Evermore. Secret of Evermore is, as far as I heard, is a very divided game in the franchise.
Okay. All right. So do we go to you? What's your most disappointing?
I didn't really play like a lot of the new games this year. I mostly went back and like played a bunch of older games I never got the chance to play. And I gotta say, a game I played this year for the first time was Oni-Chanbara Z2 Chaos. As an action game, that game is it goes places. Like you think with an all-female cast, oh, they'll be sexy badasses, but they try to be sexy to a point of where like it's just cringy, where it's just like they're always like, I'm a man who likes Senna Kagura. I don't care if characters are always wearing bikinis.
Preach.
But when one of the characters' bikinis is literally just her with like the face mask mud over the inappropriate parts, it's just like, really.
Can I get a picture of that for research purposes, please? Thank you very much.
I mean, sure, but like overall, I was looking at it like, and like one of the characters, like she's like, they all speak like English throughout the game, but one of the characters, for some reason, mid-sentence, will speak unnecessarily bad Japanese. We're talking like, if you hear it, you just immediately go, no, I can't stand this. Like, I had to change the voices to Japanese for that. And I did, and I kept playing it, and the game was just boring. It got boring after all. Like, the first two stages, I was like, yo, this is hype. And then I just stopped caring. I was like, nah, I'm done with this. Not today. I uninstalled it off my PS4, and then I started playing Death End Request. I was like, I'm not playing this game. It was genuinely not a good time.
Bao, what's your most disappointing thing this year for gaming?
Two games disappointed me the most this year, sort of to different degrees. Number one, Paper Mario, the Origami King. It wasn't a bad game, especially if you're looking for like if you're looking for an RPG Mario game, it's not one. Like it's not. You don't get experience or anything valuable from battles. Like it's just not an RPG. If you don't mind that, you'll probably really enjoy it. But if you're looking for that, it's just not that interesting. Second game, which I already mentioned, Cold Steel 4, which is still it's still a good game, but for a game that was supposed to end one of the biggest modern RPG series, it left a lot to be desired, of course. I left the game thinking this was a solid Trails game, but as you know, like I said, the game to end them all, and they sort of missed the mark in a lot of places. And I don't know, I didn't feel like satisfied.
That's probably why they took the end of Saga out of his title.
Oh, because it's not the end, really. There's more. Hajimari no Kizuki coming out next year, calling it.
Yeah, I really like Cold Steel 4. I did, but too many issues for me to really say it wasn't a disappointment. Especially because the game prior to that, Cold Steel 3, was my game of the year last year. Like that game was amazing. So yeah,
I need to get around to that.
I need to get around to Trails in general.
So for me, my biggest disappointment of the year, even though technically it's a good game, but it's a terrible remake. Resident Evil 3.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
That was your game of the year last year. Was Resident Evil 2, right?
Resident Evil 2, yeah. Resident Evil 3 is a good action game. It's fine, but it is a terrible Resident Evil 3 remake. Absolutely terrible. Nobody said for them to rush this. Nobody was really asking for this all that much. And if we were, we could have understood if it took a couple more years so you can recreate everything and not cut out the clock tower. Oh my God.
The clock tower, the electrical substation properly.
Like a garden, right? There was a garden.
Yeah, there was a whole garden segment, the gas station.
There
was multiple paths cut out the game.
Yeah, like all this stuff. Like, how did you mess that up? Oh my God! Then you screwed up Nemesis so badly.
Like, initially,
Bitch can't even swim.
Initially, Nemesis was the most terrifying tyrant in the series, and then they said, no.
Oh my God! But
honestly, between Resident Evil 2 and 3, Mr. X was more terrifying than Nemesis. Nemesis
absolutely.
was just the cripple you kept bullying because he had a funny eye.
Yeah.
Like,
Bitch couldn't even swim.
Because I love the design of Nemesis, and then they said, bitch made.
Like they transformed Nemesis way too soon into a grotesque creature, so you knew it was over. The chase was over, and it dropped the ball in so many areas, man.
There wasn't enough time for him to be a tyrant.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody remember, like, back before the game came out, they said, like, there was no safe place to hide from Nemesis. Like, he would come into a safe room. Remember?
I remember that.
Apparently, they cut that from the game.
He comes in one of the safe rooms. That's not technically a safe room, but it's still a safe room. It has a typewriter.
But like, no, he was supposed to come into any safe room.
Oh, any safe room. You know, they probably cut that out because people were bitching.
I
mean, okay, at the very least, he should have been able to do that on higher difficulties.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I give you that one, yeah. But that's another thing.
To borrow that do that again.
That's another thing I want to talk about. But we got a super chat from Sebastian. Hot take: CS3 is 6.
6 out of 10.
I think he meant a 6 out of 10. That's a very hot take.
Oof.
That is a hot take.
How's it 6, huh? Okay, we can't get into it. Sebastian, you're a wild boy. You're a wild boy.
Didn't Cold Steel 3 give everyone tight asses? Or am I thinking it's an Everdream game?
Yes, they made everyone hot.
Oh, no, he's hot.
Lot?
I mean, Emma will always be hot. But yeah,
Disagree?
Better than everybody else. But yeah,
disagree?
You're wrong. But yeah, for Resident Evil,
disagree?
For Resident Evil 3, they even messed up the difficulties at higher settings. It's terrible because all they literally did was just speed up the enemies. That's it. That's all they did. They didn't do nothing else. And it comes to a head with the final battle, and the boss has such a hit. He has one hit. Well, actually, no. All his hits will one hit KO you. Absolutely, and it'll stun lock you. So
I I never went back to the game after I beat it that weekend, but really?
Yeah, it's terrible, dude. You should try it. You should really try it. Like try to play on I think it's Nightmare or whatever, the hardest difficulty, second hardest difficulty, and try to beat Nemesis with nothing, with no enhancements or anything like that. It's gonna be a tough time because it's so bad.
Oh no.
I think a YouTuber, the Spear Hunter, she mentions in it in her Resident Evil 3 retrospective review or something like that. But it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But like I said, at the end of the day, still a good game. Just a terrible remake. Oh my god. That's why I hope they're not remaking Resident Evil 4. They really need to.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
pay
they
attention.
really messed up Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, they need to pay attention. Don't rip out everything. Don't cut corners here and there. Please. For the love of God. That's a classic right there. Damn, I'm saying that's a classic. Jesus. Y'all really making me feel old out here. What the hell?
Well, Resident Evil 3 came out on PS1, so it kind of is a classic. It still hurts to say that.
Resident Evil 4.
Back in my day.
Oh, I remember when I was scared of that game. It's not old. Kids these days are just too young. Oh,
Okay,
God,
so just to put it out there, we got a lot of muses in the chat as best girl. So yeah, I don't see any Emmas. So everybody in the chat, give yourself an L. I don't see no Emmas. Y'all all wrong. Y'all crazy.
I thought you were gonna say everybody in the chat is banned, but
Nah. But I do see some RNAs in there, so I'm gonna give you guys that. Okay, so I think that's everything. That's everything, people. Unless we got some last minute things we want to talk about. I know, Bao, you wanted to go a little bit in Cyberpunk, but
I don't necessarily have to. I guess we could just say, how does everyone feel about the game? If you've like looked into it at all or anything, or if you like want this, I guess, because obviously some people here just don't see the hype behind it. So if you want to like talk about why you should be hyped about it, I or anyone else can try explaining it a bit to you. Like if you have any questions about why it's a big deal, etc.
I don't know. Riku, are you getting Cyberpunk or?
To be honest, I have no interest in the game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, breaking my heart.
We got a super chat from Sebastian. Laura is best. Fight me. We know.
Riku would agree with you.
Oh yeah.
But inside wait, in regards to like class 1, I mean class 7, original class 7, or overall girls, like what's going on?
I think it's
He's
just
talking about
overall.
his best girl, I'm sure.
Best girl in Trails? And all the fucking Trails?
I have a friend who thinks Laura is best. Devil, he's a Laura fangirl.
Laura's just vanilla. That's all.
She's a bro.
I think Laura is good. I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's mid. I think she's good.
I think everybody.
I'll admit she has one of the best romance scenes in the 4. That cave.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very interesting one. I was surprised how bold she was.
Right. That stood out to me.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we
Happens in the cave, stays in the cave.
We got Laura slander in the chat. Laura isn't a character. Laura is cardboard. Laura is just there. God damn.
Laura can beat your ass.
About Laura, from what it sounds like, she might be like she might sound like she had the same serious nature as Makoto from Persona 5. Which in that case, if you think characters who are serious have no person, like they're just cardboard, bro, stop playing FPSs. Don't.
It's not more serious. It's more how to describe. She's very earnest, I guess.
She's very conservative, like to be honest, in her like personality.
I just feel like if there was a female protagonist, Laura would be it.
I guess you could compare her to Makoto in a way.
She's definitely not female protagonist because we already had a female protagonist, Estelle.
I feel like she would be opposite of Reem for the most part. That's why I feel like it. We got a super chat from Night Fury. Nemesis should be. Wow, we going all over the place, but we about that real quick. Nemesis should be giving everybody hands like they were. Oh my god, like they were Nate Robinson.
That's crazy.
It's true.
I cannot believe that fight. Yeah, should we talk about that, bro? I can't believe that happened.
It's not JRPG related.
I know it's not JRPG.
Oh my god.
I would love to talk about it, but that's not JRPG related. too funny.
He got knocked out like he was in hard mode.
Man caught the business like no other.
Oh man. We got another super. Gab, you might want to read the super chat.
Law? Oh.
Gab is the best girl, if not Emma. Jeez, I'm not even in the game, but thank you. Much appreciated.
Gab hasn't even played past Cold Steel 1.
I didn't play past the first dungeon of Cold Steel 1.
Ah man, you guys can't be putting Gab out there like that. Man, come on now.
Let Gab ride out.
All right, so it looks like the chat has devolved into best girls in Trails games.
Apparently.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I really like music, people. I really like music. So whoever said that about music,
Is it Muse, the really short chick who just decides to pull a tsunade and become younger again?
No.
Oh. Because I'm
Muse is green hair girl. Kind of corny 24/7.
Oh, that's who's a freak.
I have not seen her yet.
she's basically very, very similar to Rize from Persona 4 Golden.
Say
Is
less!
it 20?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's all you had to say, Captain.
Even their
Asbel
names sound similar.
brought an interesting thing in the chat. Rixia, I think that's how you say her name is third best girl, which I Risha. I'm sorry, Risha. I'm sorry. All
Come on.
right.
Are you this deep? Are you this
I'm
deep?
sorry,
into the
I'm
franchise?
sorry.
Fucking her name up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
Are you the Falcom Hive?
You summoned
Shall
the
smite
Falcon's
thee.
finest.
Oh,
I'm
No,
sorry.
he is right. Risha is definitely top tier.
But I'm
Like,
disappointed she
definitely
wasn't in Cold Steel 4.
They were saving. They were
She's
saving
in
her for
Hajimari.
Hajimari.
Yeah, she's in Heart,
Saving
but
her
I was already looking forward to using her in Cold Steel 4.
I wanted Arios in 4.
Her and Arios. There's a decent amount of characters they were saving for Hajimari. So, like, I heard what's his name is in there too. A lot of the owl characters are returning.
Okay, so this is really like the chat's really devolved into Cold Steel talk. I want to end it here, but I just want to say this, and I don't want to mess up another name. But Black A said Olivier is one lucky guy, and
Yeah.
I want to say Scarahard.
Sure.
Jesus Christ! No, you can't be serious. You can't be serious.
No. You like Scheherazade as a servant at FGO. It's the same name.
I know. And
You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose.
Now it's about the name of Pokemon.
I brought it up, but I literally tried to
Charizard.
pronounce it.
Charizard. What the fuck?
Yo, no,
Oh my god.
I'm
My brain hurts.
I'm sorry. Charizard.
We have a super chat from
Sarah.
Sneaky Lights. RE3 best game because he's his plat this year.
Oh, man. So you going by easy plats. But I'm sorry, Falcom Hive, for messing up the names.
Falcom Hive, get this man. You better sleep with one eye open.
body has been discovered. Time to call the emergency meeting.
CEA sells the fighting words.
All right, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce names. I'm terrible at it. Yeah, that's a podcast, guys. We gotta get up out of here before I mispronounce somebody else in Cold Steel. Let's go.
Anger the gods again.
Yeah. Let's go.
Like Alicia?
Ah, man, Alicia's cool. I feel sorry for her. But go ahead with your outro, Riku.
Riku-san won, the only one, people. Next gen is treating me rather well. I'll see how this Persona 5R is. I'm looking forward to all of the new stuff. And make sure you have this is our last episode of the year,
Possibly,
right?
quite possibly, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If it is, then Happy New Year, everyone. We will see you in the next year. Hopefully it was, in regards to life, it is better than this catastrophe of a year. But yeah, peace out, people.
All right. First of all, fuck you, J Run in the chat. List Enterprises. Go kill yourself.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
Go ahead, Sosuke, man.
Hey, everybody, it has been Sosuke, bro. It was a great time being here for the last HPMP of the year. Hope y'all enjoy your Christmas and your New Year's. Don't drink too much. Take care of yourselves. Wear a mask when you go outside. And above all else, like Riku said, try to hope that next year is better and spend the rest of this year doing things you enjoy and just making yourself happy or try to make somebody else happy. It's a good feeling.
All right.
I'm done.
I just realized that last super chat from Sleepy Night said Resident Evil 3 is the best game. Like, what? Are you serious? Best game? What? Huh? That remake is. Oh my god! I just
Resident
realized
Evil
that.
4 remake about to go crazy.
I just realized that. All right. Before we get to our outros, we got another one from. Okay, Dual Beard. Did I say it right? Shadow always mispronounces my name.
Oh.
Dual Beard. What do I say? Dio? Oh man.
Yeah, they say Dio.
Ditto beard.
Oh man.
Dio like Jumbo.
Deal.
You got another one from Sebastian. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, y'all. We appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you, man. Happy New Year as well. Bob, go ahead with your outro, man.
This is about Sakarga. Thank you for having me on as always. Hope you guys have a good Christmas, holidays, New Year. Stay safe and COVID free. Like I said, I am looking forward to Cyberpunk, my most anticipated game of the year. For me, this is like Persona 5 levels of hype, so I will be streaming it day one. I won't be streaming the very beginning, but probably leading up to the Game Awards that night, I'll be streaming it, so you can catch me on Twitch streaming that at Real Bowser Carriga. Hope to see you there later.
All right. Gab?
Thanks for coming by, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's Gab. You know where to find me. All my social media is GabMew. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, my OnlyFans.
You know, hearing someone add OnlyFans onto it, I'm too used to it being a joke.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like money.
I heard she has some good content over there. People support
Top
your girl.
4%, bitches.
Top 4%. You hear this? Gab is out here, people.
That is top.
Simp up.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Alrighty. Blake?
All right, as always, it has been that time. A big thank you to everyone for coming out. Y'all can find me over at Westtown HD. I just kind of lost interest in uploading, really, but I've been tripling and quadrupling down on streaming because I've been having more fun with that. That being said, I'm planning to have a video up later this week, talking to some of my friends about our game of the year and our top 5 games leading up to that, what we thought about each game, etc., more of an in-depth discussion. If you guys liked what you heard from me today, if you want to know what a more in-depth take on what my thought process was for my game of the year and how I'm going to be what I'm expecting for next year, etc., and if all goes well, we should have Shadow on that discussion as well. So, big thank you to everyone for coming out. Hit that like button for us if you guys haven't already. And we'll see you guys next year. Have a safe, jolly Christmas. Tweet at us, or even just me, at West IG. Tweet us what you get for Christmas. Let me know how y'all rocking out, and I'll retweet every one of you.
Don't do it, he'll rob you.
That's not how Canadians work. I'll apologize.
Or
Nah, he'll give you a donut or something like that.
You know, I just had a Tim Hortons candy cane hot chocolate with an espresso shot. I'm wired for the rest of the night.
Okay, then.
Sounds like an Among Us game right there. Nah. All right. Ricky, did you do your outro?
yes, I did. I can do another one. No, just kidding.
All righty, guys.
Script the Cold Steel 4.
All right, guys. That's it. You guys know who I am. Shadow Elite. Not for long. Won't be Shadow Elite for long. Still be Shadow. The JRPG lineup of 2021 is coming soon, so look forward to that. I got damn near 30 games on the list. I'm trying to get 2 more. I think I'm going to add Babylon's Fall to it just to try to make it 30. But yeah, that is coming very, very soon. So that's it for now. Remember to always hit that like button. Check out everybody's page for content, their Twitters, their YouTube, all going to be down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you all next time. Peace.
Deuces.
Later.
Peace.